And NBA playoffs are in full swing. Baseball's back and going great, unless you're a Cubs fan. The NFL draft just wrapped up, and pretty soon we'll be getting ready for the season in the fall. If you want to know more about these sports, the teams you care about, and the players you cheer on, be sure to check out Belly Up Sports at bellyupsports.com. You won't regret it.
Baseball and Whatever with your host, Justin McElwee.
Because I was on campus and I had to appear like I was one of the cool kids, I would put the Star Wars book inside one of my textbooks so it looked like I was just studying for class.
All right, look, there's only one return, okay? And it ain't of the king, it's of the Jedi.
Vincent Francis Jankowitz IV.
I'm a glorified fact checker.
Last I checked, the most runs in a game wins.
Actually, I am a fact checker.
And Greg Probst.
If you look at most Bond fans movie rankings, they have Casino Royale and Majesties in their top two. For me, these actually rank in the bottom part of my list. I mean, I love them, but they don't compare to Diamonds Are Forever.
Now stop getting Bond wrong!
Hey everybody, this is Justin from Baseball and Whatever. Vinny and Greg are here. This is episode 53 of Baseball and Whatever. This week, right now, we are going to talk about the Cubs and Sox series that just took place, the 2-game series, which I don't know what the hell MLB is doing. Why would you schedule a crosstown series in a cold
that was
May midweek? Rob Manfred, I can't stand it. But anyway,
was shit. Mercy.
Thank you. So we will be getting to that, and we just wrapped up an interview. You will hear it at the end of this episode with Brad from the Pesky Report, where the three of us and he preview the upcoming Red Sox and White Sox matchup, a battle of epic proportions. Not really. Both teams suck right now. And I literally just stand on the side and take pot shots at both teams. So if you are interested in the White Sox and Red Sox upcoming series, be sure to tune in for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We might have a Dallas Keuchel appointment for TV, depending on if he pitches or if he's DFA'd, which I know Greg is hoping.
Designation is an order.
Oh, boy. And that's our whatever for this week. Next week, though, we will be back hopefully to our regular format. If you haven't already done so, please go check out our interview with Herb Lawrence of CHGO and 670 The Score and Locked On Sox podcast. It was an awesome interview. If you've ever listened to Chicago sports radio, you should probably know who Herb is. Great guy, a lot of fun. So Herb, thank you. And for my hockey fans out there, we had Jake Hahn for the third time from Sirius XM NHL Network Radio and Mayo Media. He does some bet shows for them, some gambling and bet shows, I should say. We had him on to talk about his lovely Toronto Blue Jays, and we made our hockey picks for the playoffs. And I am here to inform you that Greg has turned into a Calgary Flame and Tampa Bay Lightning fan.
Go Calgary!
Go!
Flame.
No, I don't.
What's their team? What's their team name again?
The Flames.
The Flames. Thank you. Go Flames. Yeah, that's right.
True story. They were originally from Atlanta, and when they moved from Atlanta, they never changed their name. They were the Atlanta Flames, and they kept Calgary, or they kept the Flames name when they moved to Calgary. But
Atlanta Flame outs.
And then Atlanta got another hockey team in the early 2000s, and they lost that one too. That one went to Winnipeg. So there you go.
Really quick, I did buy NHL 22. I know I told you guys this, but I did not tell the world this. And by the world, I mean our very
$7.99 on Amazon. Correct?
There we go. That's a fucking.
That is a steal. I mean, the season's over, but I believe this year they implemented a roster vault, so you could download old. Well, I don't know if it means anything to you, but you could download the old rosters from.
It does mean something.
Does it? Okay.
That is very important. Roster vaults are done by very important people that are dedicated to their love of. It only
took EA Sports. How long has MLB The Show done a roster vault now? 10 years?
Just about. Yeah. Now, see, that is upsetting. If this is the first, you say
this is the first year EA Sports has put a roster vault in the NHL series. That's been around forever.
It's good that it's here. But that is a fucking travesty.
Yeah,
it took this long. So,
all right. Well, let's officially kick off the show. Enough of me complaining and bitching. Episode 53. We need to recount some famous and infamous number 53s of Chicago sports. I have two. First one, Cubs. I'm going to go with the one, the only, Rich Hill.
Yeah, baby.
Good job.
We reference him multiple times in our interview with Brad from the Pesky Report because he is a Red Sox now. And for the Blackhawks, the Bulin Wall himself, Nikolai Habibulin.
Nice.
Who played really well with the Hawks in his first go-round, left, came back, was over the hill at that point. He got hurt, and I believe they took him out to the back and shot him dead because I have not seen him in about 15 years now. So there you go.
Oh, jeez.
Blackhawks would do that too.
I'm assuming he went back to Russia. I don't know where he's at. So that is the only two I have. Greg, if you want to try and see if Vinny will stump you, I don't know.
Oh, you stole my Cubs one, actually. He's the only one that's clicking right now. But for the White Sox, I have a few. Oh, go ahead.
I'll say Wellington Castillo, I think, was 53 too, wasn't he?
He was also,
there we go.
He was also 7 for them too.
Oh.
He switched it up too 1 year. I think his last year.
Okay.
But yeah, you are right about that.
There we go.
For the White Sox, I had my man Melky Cabrera. I had remember this guy DJ Carrasco. I love DJ Carrasco.
I do.
Dude.
He was a guy on
shit.
MVP 04. I somehow would always end up with him on my team. I don't know how, but
excuse me, dying over here. That's amazing. Oh God, I had one more.
Uh-oh.
God, see. Oh man, see, we're doing everything back. We're
doing it backwards today. Yeah,
you know.
Oh, this one's a long one too. I'm sure for the White Sox.
Okay, I said Melky Cabrera. I said
it was a guy.
DJ
it was
Carrasco.
right after Melky Cabrera.
Right after Melky Cabrera.
Yes.
53.
Well, technically,
Pitcher?
he was still on the. He was on the team during the same time he played. Or they have him listed on Baseball Reference 2012 to 2019.
2012 to 2019. He wore 50.
Melky Cabrera played from 2015 to 2017, so I'm sure he gave up the number between that span.
Oh, I know this guy. I freaking know this guy. He's a pitcher, right?
It sounds like yes. I think he's a pitcher.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not Zach Putnam.
He's a pitcher who threw left-handed.
Okay.
One-time All-Star.
This is gonna
pitched
kill
with the
me.
White Sox, the Angels, the Twins, and the Mets.
Hector Santiago. Thank you very much.
Go.
I was like, what number did he switch to? He switched to 21 that 1 year because he stole Don Cooper's number. I was trying to track the numbers and shit.
Don Cooper.
He also he was the first one ever busted for sticky substance. And I was at that game. He was on the Mariners. I was at that game.
That was him?
That was him, yeah.
Oh, gee. Wow.
My man, Hector Santiago. Yeah, I was at that game. I was at the Goose Island bar, which I don't think exists anymore because they bring in that Coors bullshit now. But, yeah, that was him. That was him.
Oh, man. You missed it, too.
I did catch it on the mic. You actually texted me. I think I said this on one of our episodes. You're the one that texted me. He's like, Greg, you're witnessing history. I'm just like, be here. And then I see you. I read your text, and I was looking. I'm like, ugh. I'm like looking at the scoreboard. I'm like, oh damn, they're checking him out. They were inspecting him. So yeah, Hector Santiago. There you go. It was on the tip of my tongue. So I think Jonathan Stever was 53 too. Might have been okay.
Good job.
That's all I remember. Any other games more recently?
No.
No.
Caleb Frere.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Caleb Frere. Drew Anderson most recently.
Oh, give him a fart, Vinny. Give him a fart. Yeah, that's what I think of that guy. So that's all I have for them.
White Sox, Dennis Lamp from 81 to 83.
Lamp?
I love Lamp. Like I don't know.
I know who Mike Lamb is. I don't know. I've never heard of Dennis Lamp though.
Dennis Lamp. Yeah. 1981 to 1983.
83.
Yep.
83.
It's not playing. It's not playing. Sound issues here. Yeah, that's not a whole lot for White Sox. And oddly enough, Melky Cabrera was in the lineup when they played in Camden Yard, or was it Camden Yards? Yeah, the game.
Yeah,
with,
was he? Yeah,
nobody
was there.
That would have made sense. So would have made sense.
Him and Emilio Bonifacio.
Yes, Emilio Bonifacio. I love that guy. He was freaking terrible, but I love that guy. So.
All right. For the Cubs, let's see. Taylor Davis, backup catcher. You guys remember him?
I do remember him.
Yep. Trevor Cahill.
Yep. Remember him too.
Oh,
reliever. Yep.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot here.
No.
See, I got it back. I thought Trevor Cahill was 35. I mixed them up.
Oh, there you go.
53.
Yeah, not a lot. That was about it for the Cubs. 80 or 98 to 99. Kurt Miller.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Wow. I know Damian Miller. I don't know Kurt.
Oh, Damian Miller, the catcher.
Yeah, he was 20. Yeah. So
yeah, okay. Not a whole lot there. Going on to the Bears. You guys got any Bears 53s?
I have none.
What? No.
There's quite a few.
There are some. Why?
Yeah.
Why are they not clicking right now? Like, why
they're
not good
players. They were guys that showed up on, I think, special teams and were backups.
Okay, like I'll probably know these. I'll probably know these names as soon as you read them. Go ahead.
All right. Just recently in 2021, Arlington Hambright.
Oh my god,
that's what a name.
Offensive line. I think he was an offensive lineman, wasn't he? Or did he play defense? I'm trying to. I thought he was
could have been the
offensive tackle. He was an offensive tackle. Ladarius Mack was 53.
I remember that guy. Yeah.
Yep. Khalil Mack's brother, not nearly as good as Khalil. John Timu. You guys remember John Timu?
Yes, I do.
Yep.
Yes, I do.
All right. Nick Roach.
Nick Roach. Nick Roach.
He's a good backup guy. One of the more notable ones that this name did not cross my radar. Warwick Holdman, 99 to 2003.
No. Don't remember him.
Okay. And then let's see here. Dante Jones, 1988 to 1994.
Nope.
And then Jim Purnell, 1964 to 1968.
Okay.
No, sir. Nope.
Yeah, he went to high school in Evanston, Illinois. So
Boo.
He went to college at UW, Wisconsin. So
nice.
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
Yeah, for the Bulls.
Yeah.
You guys got anybody?
No. I feel like there's probably like one random dude.
Yeah.
There's nobody that.
There's nobody.
I mean, they're all random, but nobody that you would know.
No one of significance.
Joe Klein, James Edwards, Cliff Livingston, and Artis Gilmore. Gilmore played in 77 to 88.
I feel like I remember seeing Cliff Livingston's name on the banner when I'm at the United Center for one of the
91 to 92. So he was on the championship team.
Okay. I was like, I would have no point of reference.
None of those guys.
Yep.
Any other Blackhawks?
Yep. Reese Johnson, most recently in 2020.
Prospects. I believe he got a call up. I don't know if he's on the team right now, it's over. But yeah, I don't know if
it's over. It's over. I love the way you said that, Justin. It was perfect. Right? I know it was unintentional, but it said everything.
That should be a soundbite. It's over.
It's over.
Right?
It could be the end of the show.
You just said everything right there. That was great.
In 2016, Brandon Mashinter.
Oh yeah, he was a fourth line, kind of an enforcer. Didn't stick around very long. But yeah,
Brett McLean.
Yes, Brett McLean.
2004.
Yes, I want to say he was like a third or fourth line center, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, that does ring a bell.
And Sean Williams in 1992.
That does not ring a bell, but he would have been. Yeah. That would have been the Stanley Cup team when they lost to Pittsburgh in the Stanley Cup Finals. So I'll have to look.
Sean William Scott got his name from.
It might be. And
did you know that?
Only to be on Goon 20 years later. So
right.
Great movie.
Great movie. We need to get together and watch that and Slapshot again.
Oh yes. Last time was Vinny's wedding.
Greg and I sat and watched Slapshot and Topper's Pizza, and then our wives just fell asleep while we watched and literally said the movie line for line.
Such a great
Can you guys
movie.
stop for saying the lines for trying to sleep? And I think Greg's response was no.
Perfect.
Oh, shut up, you goddamn meathead. Oh, that was Reggie Dunlop, dear. Not me.
Old time hockey. Old time hockey. Eddie Shore. All right.
Eddie Shore. Piss on Eddie Shore.
It's not old time hockey. All right. Before we just start reciting the whole movie of Slapshot, we do have one comment this week on YouTube. Nobody called in, no text. Well, Greg did text in a few, but it was from, I think, last week. And
so just getting out feelings. Just getting out
yeah,
feelings.
so
come on, text line. Heat it up a little bit.
Hit it up, yes.
I can't be the only one here.
913-808-3278. Leave us a voicemail. Leave us a text. We'd love to have you. But we do have one email. So Greg, and I'm sorry, not email, one YouTube comment. Greg, take it away.
Speaking of YouTube, up to 95 subscribers. Hello.
Yeah. Like, share, subscribe.
What? I mean, 5 away, getting close.
We're getting close.
Oh, get that custom URL. Yeah. Woo! But of course, I mean, who else is going to be besides our guy, glucosamine chondroitin, and glucose condom?
Always count on him.
He chimes in. We love glucose. Blue Jays questions. Jake, call Jake really quick. We need.
Yeah,
him.
we'll have to. You know what? We will tweet at Jake and see. Get a response for you, glucose. And,
yes.
Yeah.
How is Teoscar Hernandez doing? I thought he was hurt, but on his way back. And is Kevin Biggio hurt or going to be great like Bichette and Vladdy? Ooh, I think the plan was for Biggio to be on that track, but I don't think he's kind of lived up to that yet, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I'm not a Blue Jays guy.
Currently, hold on, let me pull up Baseball Reference.
DHing for them or something, hasn't he?
Yeah, now they have him down here as second base, third base, and right fielder.
Yeah, he can play a bunch of places.
All right, so I can't tell you if he's hurt at the moment. I don't know, but I can tell you he's had 23 at bats the entire season. He has 1 hit, a 43 batting average, 214 on base, and a 43 slugging. So
glucose. I'm gonna pull a George Costanza risk management thing on you. He was like, why don't you tell me how Kevin Biggio and Teoscar Hernandez are doing, and then get back to us next week, my friend. So
it's not good.
Yeah.
To put it that way. I am hoping that means he must be. Maybe he's hurt. That's why he's only got 23 at bats. But I don't know. So
nice player though.
As of May 4th, he is scheduled to begin rehab assignment at AAA Buffalo on Thursday.
Well, maybe that's why he kind of bottomed out there.
On the way.
He had COVID, so.
Oh, well, hopefully he doesn't have long COVID where you get like the lung problems.
Long haulers.
All the best.
Hopefully he doesn't have that. So. All right.
Yeah, those freaking Blue Jays again, man. They're just they still look better than all other baseball teams on television. I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna lie. So if you're familiar with 47 brand, I love their hats. And they had a anniversary sale last week. So all their hats were like 60% off. So I bought a couple snapbacks and I bought an easy fitted hat. And now I have $15 in like reward points. Thinking about buying a Blue Jays hat. I don't know. Greg,
do it.
Jake's kind of got me on the Blue Jays bandwagon a little bit. Dude,
I'm about to down myself in flame shit, man. Or that's what they call.
That's
Calgary
true.
Flames.
Yes, that's what they're called.
I still don't know.
Yeah, that's right. I'm about
to buy a bunch of Flames apparel.
I'm gonna put like those. I'm gonna put like those GTA San Andreas Flames on my lowrider, aka my Dodge Ram, and roll like that.
There you go.
Like Calgary, bitch. So
it was like Jesse from what's it called? Breaking Bad.
Exactly.
Calgary.
Yep.
All right.
Special guest on the podcast really quick.
I need to sleep.
Oh, she needs to go to sleep. Okay.
Good night, Avi. Well, on that note, should we get nuts for Greg? I think he's got one hot take for us.
One little take.
Greg's hot takes.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on.
Hell yeah.
All right. Want to get nuts? Come on.
Let's get nuts.
So, real quick before you get going, Greg, I was watching Seinfeld randomly, and that episode came up. I had no idea it was from that episode where he takes Susan's parents out to
the Ross is up to his house in the Hamptons.
It doesn't exist.
And that is one of the greatest Seinfeld moments.
Why did you make me keep going?
Yeah.
We don't like you.
We don't like you, George. And the actor, of course, is Lucas Giolito's grandfather. So he's already going to tie into the show.
To bring it all back together. So, Greg, what's your hot take?
No, I'm sorry. When George snapped, where he finally breaks, when they finally break it, because the Rosses have no intention of backing down. They're taking this all the way through, and you know this from George has no way out of this.
None.
He does not win whatsoever. And that's what makes it more beautiful, because no matter what happens, whether they crack first or he cracks first, he loses. So that's what makes that so beautiful.
Such a good episode.
Anyway, I know it's a day, when you're listening to this a couple of days late, but May the 4th be with you, gentlemen.
Yes.
Happy Star Wars.
Yes.
I know we recorded last year on it. We didn't do it this year. We had the Obi-Wan trailer. It was flipping amazing.
Yes, it was.
I am so pumped for this. May 27th can't come soon enough. I can't wait. I just want to ask you really quick, without giving you guys any sort of time to think about it. Tell me your favorite Star Wars video game of all time.
All right,
you, Justin. I'll go first. I'll give you a chance to think about it.
All right.
So mine is actually, I was thinking about. Well, I had time to think about it actually, but it didn't take me very long, and I still have to go with Star Wars Rogue Squadron on the Nintendo 64.
It's a good game.
And let me just say this and say, I think many, if not all, Star Wars games are freaking awesome. But I had some sort of special connection to that, even after renting it from Blockbuster for the first time. It's that's the only thing I wanted to check out, and then eventually got it. Played the hell out of that game. Still have it sitting up there. Great game.
That's a good one.
Nice.
That's a good one.
When you guys want to go next? Favorite Star Wars game of all time? Got to pick one. Go ahead.
I already know.
All right.
Star Wars
baby.
Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
Are we talking the original Battlefront 2, not the newer one?
He's talking the original.
I don't have a newer system.
Oh, that's right.
Let me walk back something I said when I said most. Well, I guess I said most Star Wars games are great. The remake Battlefront 2 was shit. But the original Battlefront 2, the one Vinny's talking about, might be the greatest Star Wars game of all time.
So, it was awesome.
Yeah,
fantastic.
So great.
They took the first one and made it so much better, adding in the icon characters, Darth Vader.
Yep.
Gosh, I can't even.
Did you play that one online, Vinny, or no?
I don't think it was on.
It wasn't
you
online?
could play it
Okay.
online.
They had online components to it. It was very early in the stage. I know they had it for the Xbox. I think they had online capabilities for it.
It was just too early for that stuff.
Yeah. You didn't need to.
That game was fantastic. The flying in it was. I mean, everything on that game was flawless. I felt like the controls and everything,
without a doubt,
from flying to using the icon characters. In the first one, you could have an icon character in your unit, but you could never be the icon character.
Gotcha.
And that they brought that in on the second one. And they had the level, was it in Mos Eisley on Tatooine, where it was just icon characters. It wasn't part of any missions or anything like that, but it was just all icon characters running around and battling, and you can set up a bunch of bots and stuff. It was fantastic. Absolutely love that. Perfect.
Good
game.
times. Yeah, great call. I knew you were going to say that too, Vinny. So I figured I knew that one was coming. So yeah, you're absolutely right about everything you said right there.
Nailed
now,
it.
the man who has played several Star Wars video games in his lifetime, Justin, can you tell me a favorite?
Can I have two?
No,
give it.
You only have one.
I was going to ask Vinny, should we give it to him? But Vinny clearly is not going to let him get away with
this.
This
is like trying to pick a favorite child, guys. This is hard.
That might be easier. So
that's on a very dark episode of the next podcast.
Yeah, right.
Favorite child.
Well, props to Vinny first of all for not letting you get away with it, Justin.
No,
I thought about
Vinny,
but Vinny
I know I
can
get away with things with Greg. Vinny is a very hard line. It's very cut and dry. He keeps me in line.
Exactly.
All right. Well, I'm going to tell you what my two are, and then in rambling about them, I will pick one. Is that fair, Vinny?
No. Pick one.
We're gonna mention one video game.
One.
All right. I'm gonna go with the one that I've probably. Shit, this is hard.
Do we have
this like now? This is like trying. Go ahead, Vinny.
Pick one now. And then when we're wrapping up, mention that, oh yeah, I also like this game.
I like that.
There.
All right. Yeah. This is more difficult than shooting womp rats in my T16 Skyhopper. All right.
Oh no, here we go.
That was an evil laugh if I've ever heard one. All right, I'm gonna go with just because this game blew my mind for PS1 when I bought it I rented it and then I got it for Christmas or birthday or something. It was Star Wars Rebel Assault 2. It was full motion video, so it had real people playing these characters. It was like a continuation side story of what was going on in the Rebel Alliance. They had you playing a character called Rookie One, which is probably the most bogus name I've ever heard. But it's him, and they get ambushed in the Drayton Triangle, not the Bermuda Triangle. And there's these TIE fighters that are able to cloak. And it's them trying to figure out where this base is. And you fly TIE fighters, you fly X-Wings. The very first level, you fly the much loved but never really shown B-Wing, which I'm assuming you guys know what a B-Wing looks like.
Oh, I know what the B-Wing is. Really quick, they introduced the B-Wing in Rebel Strike, which was for the GameCube. That was like the first time it came to Nintendo.
Yes.
And they just brought it back finally because it wasn't in the Battlefront, or it was in the Battlefront games. I can't remember.
I don't remember. But yeah, like this game came out.
It wasn't
in
the recent ones.
95. Yeah. And I'm like, what the hell is a B-Wing? And I was pretty on my Star Wars shit back then. So
they had B-Wings in Return of the Jedi.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
B-Wings were there on the second Death Star assault. They did have B-Wings there.
But yeah,
I'm pretty sure those guys bid it too.
I mean, is it the best game? No, I mean, there's either flying sequences like kind of your Star Fox, or you're doing like where you're motionless and you're coming out of cover and shooting things, or you're flying ships. That's about it. So the gameplay is not the greatest, but the fact that it's a full length movie in addition to that is awesome. The Star Wars music is spot on.
Yeah.
And there's multiple endings depending on how well you do. So
nice.
So that's probably
good
my
call.
number one.
Good. So. See, you could do it, Justin.
Yeah.
You named one.
The second one is Dark Forces. Great game. All right. It's just Doom with a Star Wars skin over it. That's all it is. All right. On that note, you want to get nuts? All right, let's move on.
We got nuts.
I got nuts. Let's go on to some baseball talk, Vinny.
Baseball.
Welcome back to Major League Baseball. Sort of.
Taking a look at Chicago's two favorite teams and other happenings around the MLB.
All right, so let's recap the miserable series, pretty much for both sides of Chicago. The Cubs Sox 2-game wrap up. Like I said,
well, I'm okay.
You got the win.
Pretty happy.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Pretty happy.
Why Major League Baseball has shifted to this really fun series for the city of Chicago? The last 2 or 3, 4, 5 years, it's kind of gone on to this 2-game series in the middle of the week crap, which I'm sorry. I remember like 04, 05, 06, not so much 06, but like 04 and 05 when the Cubs and Sox were both good. I remember the whole city like shut down to watch these games because they were on the weekends.
They were legit series too.
They were legit 3-game series, both home and away. The stupid Crosstown Cup thing, I don't really remember that being a thing until the last like 10 years, but
yeah,
it was just such a big deal. Both teams were good. It was so exciting. Now to have them the first week of May when the weather in Chicago in May is so hit or miss. Like tomorrow, like this weekend's going to be 80. Yesterday it was like 50 and rain all day. Same thing for today. Miserable for the fans to go. Miserable team for the Cubs. They couldn't buy a hit. The White Sox won, at least for Greg's sake and for Vinny's sake, I guess, to a certain extent.
God.
But it was just, I turned it on each night till about the 5th or 6th inning, and I'm like, why am I bothering with this? There's no hype to this, and I turned it off and put the hockey playoffs on instead. So I don't know. What was your guys' takeaway from the first 2 games of the Crosstown series this year?
Well, that weather in game 1 was just absolute
awful
shit. I mean, how do you, the fans sitting out there, how do you fucking stand playing baseball in that weather?
Yeah.
And then there was even that narrative they tried to push when Keegan Thompson lost control and hit two guys in a row. I'm just like, oh, come on. Can we please not be doing this right now?
Yeah.
Can we please not be going this direction? Because the ball is freaking slippery and he lost control. Yeah. He's down 3-0. He's not throwing at people. I mean, if he's doing that, that guy's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Then you need to talk about cutting his ass. I'm like, no, it got away from him. It happens or whatever. Even TA at the end was like, yeah, no, it's nothing. It just slipped out of his hand. What are you gonna do? But no one wanted to be the fuck out there. Even Tony, I think, said like, yeah, oh yeah, top 10 worst weather conditions in my career has been. That's a long ass time. I mean, that's like Ted Williams days and shit. So
they didn't even have umbrellas when he started playing. I mean,
right.
I mean that second game
joke,
was
sorry.
Yeah. The second game was the one for me where, I mean, yeah, Bummer was making me sweat there. The bullpen was great. It was great to see Graveman do his thing. Reynaldo Lopez. They didn't even throw a lot of pitches either. And then I'm watching Bummer there. I ended up watching on my phone for a little bit because I was working late. And then, he starts, he's missing with that sinker, then missing with the break and stuff, missing with the fastball. I'm like, Cubs win right here. Another comeback. And the Cubs kind of shot themselves in the foot by squandering a couple opportunities. But the hero for me of this series and definitely game 2 was Matt Foster and how he kind of came in and saved the day. And this is a guy that was really good the COVID year. Then last year he was up and down, struggling. And then hopefully now he's found something because that fastball command was on point. And he got Ian Happ looking on that fastball low in the zone that eventually Liam Hendricks got in his closing. I mean, that baby was just paint right there. That was beautiful. That was my moment. That was like my favorite moment of the series right there. Yeah. But like I said, the weather was shit, but those outings from the bullpen really made me happy and gave me some positive hopes going forward here as we face these as we head into this Boston series. So that was at least from my perspective.
Vinny, what about you? You got anything to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, it was great to see the White Sox bullpen kind of lock it down. That was kind of been, I feel like some of their struggles have been because of the bullpen. Obviously,
they've been a bunch of assholes.
Their starters, I mean, obviously went in and did what they always do. It's always, that's going to be probably their most important piece, and it's probably going to carry them once everybody comes back and is healthy. They finally got Giolito back this week. When's Lynn scheduled to come back?
I think
not until the end of May.
End of May, I think it was supposed to be mid-May, but now we're looking towards the end of May. So
hopefully Johnny Cueto will come up here and kind of carry the load and be somewhat useful more than
innings,
Dale Keuchel.
Till
the end of May. But the starters are what's going to carry them, and hopefully they can start being stretched out to where they can go more than 4 innings. But I think they're starting to come around. Hopefully the weather will be consistently warmer for the White Sox. And I think that'll definitely help. If interesting stat I saw, for the White Sox, games that are over 3.5 hours, they have not won. They've had 4 of them, and they have not won a single one yet. And all I can think about is Morty Seinfeld in Seinfeld when he's working at J. Peterman and he's bothering Elaine, and Elaine's solution to get rid of him is have a late meeting. It was like a 4:00 meeting, and he was already hungry. And that's all I can think about is the game goes 3.5 hours. Tony's just done. He's like, nope, I'm going home. Let's
extend the game. That might be the winning. There might be data on this now, legit data where they're trying to extend the games on these guys now. So
right, exactly.
And the White Sox don't take walks. They go up there swinging. So they go up there swinging bats. So we don't give a shit about the walks apparently. So
exactly, that's what Tony tells them to do. Just swing away.
Just swing, just swing. The only one I excuse for that is Tim Anderson because that's just not his game. But we just fucking swing at every goddamn thing. We don't care. Go up there and swing, young man.
It was a good series for the Sox. That putting them in the right direction. They're now on a winning streak. Not a good series for the Cubs. I'll touch on that a little bit later when we talk about more focused on the Cubs. But Greg, you got anything else on the White Sox currently?
On the White Sox in this series, what else did I like? Trying to think. No, I think I pretty much mentioned everything. I like that Jose Abreu home run a little bit. I like how Lucas Giolito settled in, got double-digit strikeouts. Looked looked like he figured things out. Got that command back, looking really good. Kind of wish we had Cease in there because I want to see Cease face the Cubs and just freaking shove. But could use him against the Red Sox. And that weather was that first game, guys. That was
it wasn't good.
God, that was just
wasn't good.
That was just no fun.
No,
I mean it was nice to have the win, but no one was having a good time watching that kind of shit out there. So, what did you guys say? Screw Rob Manfred? Yes, I agree with that. I second that
for multiple reasons. But to go from something depressing like Chicago in early May and the Cubs looking like garbage now, we have some good news for the Cubs farm systems, including the Myrtle Beach Pelicans, our very own minor league team. We'll have to. I know Sam Wiederhaft got to call the combined shutout. Was it a no hitter or just a combined shutout, Vinny?
Combined no hitter.
So, Vinny, you want to talk a little bit about what happened there in terms of how they followed it up as well?
Sorry. they got a combined no hitter. It was 3 pitchers. Powell got the W, pitched 5 innings, got 6 strikeouts. Lasky and Reindl, I believe, finished up the game with 2 innings apiece. They won 8-0. They're hitting finally in Myrtle Beach, and the pitching's been good, and that's kind of been good throughout the whole system. The hitting has not been good to start the minor league season throughout the Cubs organization, but the pitching's been there. That was great to hear Sam make the call. I listened to the final inning. I was feeding my daughter her last bottle before bed, and I was looking at all the minor league scores just to see what everybody's been doing, and then I saw that they were still playing and they had the no hitter still going, so I had to turn on and listen to the last couple outs in the final inning, and my daughter still was able to fall asleep while listening to that. But it was great to hear the call and to hear Sam be able to make his first no hitter call for a game. But they did have an error, unfortunately, and there was one walk issued as well. So very close to a perfect. I wonder how many perfect combined games there have been in the history of baseball. But this is a close one.
That's a good question.
But yeah, they had the no hitter on Sunday, and they followed it up with a 24-run outburst against the Salem Red Sox. They won 24-6 on Wednesday. Had 22 hits in the game and just dominated. Like I said, the hitting's starting to come around for these guys. Pete Crow Armstrong, if you guys remember, in the Javi Baez Trevor Williams trade, he is just lighting it up right now. He's hitting 392 with an OPS of 1.124 for Myrtle Beach. He's been on fire. Some of the guys, James Triantos, Kevin Alcantara, they've been, they struggled to open the season. They're starting to hit now too. So that's good to see. They just got Cole, and I'm going to butcher this last name, Roeder.
Okay.
Roederer. So he just came back from a long injury stint. And just finally got back to low A. I think he was at double A or high A before that. He had 4 hits in that game. So that was good to see. He's hitting he came back just recently. He's hitting 545 with an OPS of 1.272. So he's getting off on the right foot. Other notable game or players in that game, Reginald Presidio, the shortstop, he had 4 hits that game. He also has gotten off to a slow start. He's hitting 186 with an OPS of 467. So he had 6 runs batted in that game. So it definitely helped his average in OPS. But the hittings throughout the Cubs organization has gotten off slow, but pitching's been there. Hopefully hitting will start coming around, and Brennan Davis can start hitting as well. He's been very bad at AAA. And we need him to start hitting so he can come up to the Cubs organization.
Yes.
maybe they can DFA Hayward and he can go be a motivational speaker for some championship team.
Fingers crossed. Oh, that would be great.
With a lot of money in his pocket.
Yeah, a lot of money.
Exactly.
A lot of money. Well, Vinny, you posed the question, are the Cubs bad or just unlucky? So knowing you probably have done a little bit of research on this one.
I sure did. So their last, I guess, non-losing series was against Colorado, where they split the series.
That was a long time ago.
April 17th. So up until the Colorado series, the Cubs as a team were hitting .281, had an on-base percentage of .364, slugging .447 for an OPS of .811. They were walking at a rate of 10.4%, striking out at 19.6%, and had a team BABIP of .336. Now, since then, and I'm taking out the 21-0 Pirates game because that's skewing. Well, okay. Since then, I'll just go before and then I'll take out the Pirates game. So since the Colorado series, they haven't won a series since. They've been, as a team, hitting .214, on base percentage of .295, slugging .328 for an OPS of .623, walking at a rate of 9.3%, striking out at a rate of 27.1%, and have a team BABIP of .282. So they're kind of close to average, so not good. Now, if you take out the Pirates game of the 21-0, team batting average 186, on base percentage of .272, slugging .293 as a
Make
team.
Make it stop.
And an OPS of .565. They are without that Pirates game, they are walking at a clip of 9.7%, striking out at 29.05%, and have a team BABIP of 249. So they're having some BABIP issues as a team at 249. They are striking out at a ridiculous rate. They are not being patient. I don't know what's changed since that Colorado series. They're chasing. I know Suzuki is going through some issues. He's starting to chase. It seems like he's had some really bad calls from some umpires. I don't know if that's playing into it, that he's recalibrating the wrong way and starting to chase because he knows that's going to get called for a strike, and he's trying to make something happen. But yeah, they ran into some BABIP issues also against the White Sox, where they're getting good wood on the ball, but it wasn't it was going right to the other team. I think oh gosh, I forgot what, there was like a statistic on hard hit balls or something like that compared to the White Sox, and I think was it Gavin Sheets hit a ball in the series, or maybe it was Jake Berger, where it was like an exit velocity of 61 miles an hour and they scored a run on it. Yeah. And he got a hit. He got an infield hit on that. So that's like
his thing.
Right. So yeah,
the Cubs, dribblers. Well, I got a question for you. Yep. But finish your thought. I have a follow-up question.
Yeah, I was just going to say, the beginning of the season, we were talking about how great it was. It had kind of a 2015 feel. In the last 2 weeks, or 3 weeks here or so, it hasn't been good. No, I don't know how much of that. The striking out's awful. It's a bad clip to be at, is almost 30%. And the team BABIP, I think that's playing into a lot of it. They're not, finding the alleys. They're not, they're hitting it right to people. They're having a lot of bad luck, I would say, on the BABIP side. So, I don't think it's as bad as it is right now. Trying to put a positive spin on it. It's not good right now, but I think it could be better. I think they can maybe turn things around. As before the Colorado series, they were playing well. It's just, they're in a funk right now as a team overall. So hopefully they can get out of that. I don't know if they need to send Madrigal down to work on it, because he's brutal.
Nicky 2 strikes. My ass.
Nicky
3 strikes now.
Yeah. I saw those numbers like, damn, that's okay. Yeah. We hated him here, but y'all, you really got to
we hate him here too.
It's like we like him more now.
And he's got options too, so maybe he'll be an option candidate once Wade Miley comes back or Alec Mills, I think Wade Miley is scheduled to start rehab, and Alec Mills is really close. He did pitch in AAA, I think, the past week or so. So yeah, he's close to coming back. So yeah,
who do you put at second base?
VR maybe.
Yeah, I guess
he's been playing much, is he?
He started off playing a lot at the beginning of the season.
Where's he? He's been kind of quietly. Like, where's he?
He had a lot of errors.
Is Simmons on his way back?
He's still on the IL, I believe, right?
No, he's rehabbing. Is he back? He's rehabbing in Arizona right now. So
okay, so maybe Andrelton Simmons comes back, and then do you move Horner back to second and let Simmons play short?
You got to leave Horner. He's going to be your
go-to for
everyday shortstop. You got to leave him there. Move Simmons if he can play there. If not, then you just put VR there.
Yeah.
I'd say. But yeah, I don't know. I think Madrigal is going to end up getting sent down because he's just not getting it done and needs to figure out what the hell
he's doing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Go ahead.
So I haven't seen a lot of Cubs at bats minus the ones against the White Sox, but before that, in between that and the Colorado series. The numbers you read off to me, I don't know if this is what's happening, but it sounds like they're trying to change their game to power, and they don't have power guys. Is this a result of compensating for power, trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark when it's just not happening? I don't think that's the Cubs game because they don't have power guys. Not. But is that that's what the numbers like that tell me that's what they're trying to do, but I haven't seen them take swings in a lot of highlights and everything. So is this what they're trying to accomplish right now? Compensating for power? Is that why these numbers are like that? I know Schwindel's not hot either. No, I know they've been changing around the line. I know he's cold. Yeah. So that is definitely part of it. But is this trying to find power when power is not there?
Yeah. I
that would be a mistake if it was, because that's not what they're built to do.
I know, but that's like what that's from what those numbers said. I mean, that's what correlates almost. I'm not saying that's what it is, but
yeah,
is that what it is? Especially, with some of these at bats, the high strikeout rate, BABIP is what it is.
Yeah.
Just not being patient to the plate, trying to hit something that's not there when they don't. I mean, who are your power guys? Wisdom will lead the team in home runs, maybe, and that's like it. Contreras. And then, I mean, Suzuki, obviously, but
he's
just slumping right now. I'm sure he'll figure it out. But I know I see some people starting to turn on him. I'm like, oh, come on, don't do it.
Yeah.
Not yet, don't do it. He's my guy. I got faith.
It's so early.
I know it is. I'm like, I got faith. I love saying Suzuki.
Yep.
I don't want to see the Cubs fans start because I know they will. You guys got some.
I mean, there's another right fielder still on the team that we gave a lot of money to, and he never did much.
So
yeah,
Nico Horner to me needs to be in a more essential part of the lineup too.
Yes.
I think.
Agreed.
I think he needs to.
And can we just
Hayward hitting in front of him and shit?
Can we pay Wilson Contreras already and move on with this? Like, what is going on that they're dragging? He's going to get shipped out. I think there's something going on. Don't you think?
Is it inevitable?
I think it's inevitable. Otherwise, why wouldn't it be done already? I don't understand what the holdup is.
I don't know. At this point, what is it?
It doesn't matter. Right? It doesn't matter.
I don't know. It maybe that's going to be Jed's thing. I don't know. He's not going to want to extend players.
Maybe.
And that's another thing I see, cropping up. All this blaming on Tom Ricketts. Obviously, Tom Ricketts is a complete tool bag, and I wish he never would have came out and talked about biblical losses because I don't know. We don't know how much of this is actually on Jed. Like he built was he restricted in any sort of manner on getting guys that he wanted? This roster construction could be all on Jed and be nothing on ownership.
On Tom, right? Exactly.
Yeah, he might have had the money to spend. I honestly think that he was late to the table when the run on pitchers went before the lockout. I think he got caught with his pants down. So I they should have had at least one more starting caliber pitcher on this roster to add
should have
some
been
sort
Rodon,
of
if you ask me.
That would have been a great pick.
That would have been great. I was really hoping for that.
And even now, looking at him now, like how perfect would that be right now?
God, yes, I know. And that would have given you your definitive ace on the staff. I like Stroman. I think, people getting upset with his numbers early is ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he's fine. Yeah.
Seeing as the weather's been awful. Pitchers that free agent pitchers that come to Wrigley are notorious slow at getting out of the gate slow. But yeah, I think Jed got caught with his pants down before the lockout, not thinking that teams were going to be spending the way they did in that run on pitchers that there was right before the lockout. And I think that's he had to get somebody, and Stroman was kind of the last guy that was left that was the best player out there, and he had to go get him
for a lot of money.
Yeah, and I just, they were in on Correa until he switched agents. And Nico Horner's been better than Correa right now.
Yeah, he has. Nico's been.
Yeah, and I don't know how much of this is on Tom Ricketts or if this should all be on Jed Hoyer, because this is his construction of this roster. So, yeah, hopefully it gets better. I'm still holding out hope. If I could place a wager in Wisconsin, I would, Greg. I would take that value.
I forget you're in Wisconsin.
Right. Yep. I put a $5 bet on the Cubs. Why not? At that value. I'd do it for $5.
$5 can't hurt, right?
Yep. Yeah. But the way the Rowdy Tellez is hitting for the Brewers, I don't think anybody's going to catch him now.
No,
they got pitching and somebody hitting on that team.
I don't think so either.
So yeah, hopefully it'll get better. That was my positive spin.
Well done, Vinny. Well done.
Take it.
Well, to bounce off of a positive spin into just a negative situation altogether, Trevor Bauer, we found out this week, would be suspended for 2 years worth of games.
Oh no.
Which, yes, Trevor Bauer is a tool. He does not seem like a very good human being, and long, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. There you go. I don't know. You guys got anything else to add to that?
Greg, you got something?
No, I'm just, you know what? I will say something about Trevor Bauer. Guess who's not in MLB The Show? And they officially got rid of Trevor Bauer in MLB The Show.
So long, asshole.
So that's what I'll say about Trevor Bauer. It's like, it's about damn time.
Nice. The Trevor Bauer situation has made me believe so much more in karma. Like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you don't think people are going to get their comeuppance, and he's kind of getting them for being a strange dude and maybe a little borderline criminal. I don't know. So
it doesn't feel that long.
It doesn't.
You guys?
It doesn't feel as long.
But I'm also
honest, I was expecting the MLB to drop this and not make a big deal about it, so I'm glad they did something. But I thought
they hate him.
The Dodgers got to be happy too. They just got out of that contract. I mean,
right?
Yeah, avoided all of that. So
So I don't know. Oh no is right. What a shame. What a shame.
Darn.
This next one's weird.
If you have not seen this video, I implore you, please go on YouTube, go on Twitter, and just search Madison Bumgarner hands, I guess would be, which is probably ejection for hands. It's literally like a good 30-second.
Careful with that one.
Yeah, you might keep your safe search on that one, folks.
Right?
Oh yeah.
So if there's one video angle of Madison Bumgarner is getting his hands checked, because this year they are not just checking the glove, they are actually checking your hands as you walk off. And
where a substance might actually be.
Yes, as opposed to your that makes sense, right? Because obviously if your hands are sticky, you might have been using something. But so the umpire, the home plate umpire, is just staring daggers at him, and he's just massaging his hand in the creepiest, weirdest.
With a look on his face. There's like a look happening.
Silence of the Lambs, Buffalo Bob style shit going on here. Buffalo Bill.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I've only seen that movie once, and that was more than enough.
Rubs the lotion on it.
It rubs
the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again.
God, that movie was creepy.
Great movie.
Oh, well, yeah. But there's another angle of him. He gets tossed thereafter because the umpire, was he arguing balls and strikes with the ump? Does anyone know why he got tossed exactly?
This was the first base umpire.
Is that what it was?
Okay. It looks like he said something to him. Like he like the ump said something, and then Bumgarner said something back, and then he got tossed, if I remember correctly.
And he got his money's worth after he got tossed. I mean, he got
did like the hey, kind of hold me back, guys, sort of
thing.
And
he's pointing at him and stuff like that. But I don't know what else was going on, but just the fact that you can see Madison Bumgarner's looking around, he's looking, and then he looks back up and he's like, this guy is staring at me and he's still rubbing my hand.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was just waiting for this to blow up or what, but it was weird.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Dan Bellino should be suspended, if not fired, for that. That was absolutely atrocious.
Yeah.
For him to do that. There was just such a power trip he was trying to do.
That's all it was. It was a charge.
That's all I could think of, you know?
Yep.
And I let me say this too. I think Mad Bum is a complete
he's a loon
case.
Yeah.
But I was like, what are you doing, you know? I mean the umpire, it's like what is happening? Like, it's so weird. I have to watch. Did John Boy do a breakdown of this?
I'm assuming they did.
A breakdown of the Yankees one. I don't think he did one yet of the
Aaron Boone one. Yeah, I saw that one.
Okay.
That was
bad too.
Yeah, that was but yeah, because I would he doesn't live pretty well. I'd love to know if he picked up anything they said, because I don't really know what that was. The optics of that are just so creepy.
Yeah,
it was
the
Buffalo Bills a perfect comp.
It is.
Well done, Justin. Well done.
Thank you.
But Justin, I do want to say that you weren't completely wrong with Buffalo Bob.
Okay.
You must be remembering the movie Joe Dirt, because that was the character.
There it is.
They made fun of Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs.
That's right.
Buffalo Bob was the character in Joe Dirt. So that's probably where your mind went to.
That had to be where I got it from.
Yes.
Had to be.
Yes.
Now that makes sense.
Joe
Justin
Dirt
going
fan.
to Joe Dirt before both great movies.
Yes.
That's why Mom called you Joe Dirt. That's why Mom called you Joe Dirt. That's his little sister. That's the only line from that movie I remember.
That was good.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Thank you.
Write him an intro video.
Oh, damn it. No more ad reads is playing Joe Dirt's little sister. Check out Belly Up Sports, because that's why Dad called you Joe Dirt. All right. Anyway,
that was awful.
It writes itself. All right,
I think we might have something there. We might.
It can't be any worse than my
little bit of tuning. You might have something there.
I make American pot. See, I go Boston right away. American cop pots. All right. Let's get to Vinny's. Let's get to Vinny's hot or not.
And now, folks, it's time for
Who's Hot?
So damn hot.
Oh, hot.
Because I'm a hot little potato right now. And who's not?
I'm afraid that my condition has left me cold.
Freezing my royal Rastafarian name-is off.
This guy sucks.
Take it away, Vinny.
All right. So, since the month of April ended, we'll also be going over who was hot and who was not for the month of April. So, we'll start off with just over the past week for the White Sox. Greg, do you know who was hot for the White Sox?
TA. It's got to be TA.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
321, 345, 571, OPS of 916.
Yep.
BABIP of 280 and a weighted runs created plus of 173. He was hot.
Yeah, baby.
You know who was not for the White Sox?
Oh, Reese McGuire. He's been playing every goddamn day.
Didn't have enough plate attempts. Or
really?
It seems like he did.
Okay. Seems like he's in there every other freaking day. So my other guy. Well, I don't know if this guy's had enough at bats, but Gavin Sheets.
Nope.
The guy you had? No. Who do you got?
No. AJ Pollock.
Oh, yeah.
Hitting 174 on base of 167, slugging 217 for an OPS of 384.
He's coming around a little bit, though.
Yep. His BABIP during that period was 182, so that can be better. And his weighted runs created plus was 6. My lucky number, oddly enough.
Your number?
Yes, it is.
6. He's been a hack in the field, too. He's been kind of doing some dumbass madrigal shit out there. We compare dumbass White Sox baseball to Nick Madrigal. Like that's anything dumbass. That's a madrigal out there. So okay.
Well, I mean, he just his wife just had a kid, right?
Yeah, they just had a baby.
He probably doesn't have a lot of sleep at night, so
I hear that.
Although I think the baby's in California, so he's in Chicago. So
well, maybe he's worrying about the baby. Who knows?
I'm not going. We're about baseball, dude. You got some coins, so we're about winning.
Maybe his wife makes him get up when she gets up
or
for
something.
feedings.
Yeah, could be.
Right. He's got to be up and keep her awake.
I don't know if I don't get out of this relationship, AJ. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow. Okay.
Don't do it. Take care of your kids and your family and hit the damn baseball, motherfucker.
All right. For the month of April, Greg, for the White Sox, who was hot?
Andrew Vaughn.
No.
He wasn't?
No.
I would say he was hot. Tim Anderson again?
Yes, it was Tim Anderson.
Yeah.
And Tim Anderson for the month of April hit .313 on base of .333, slugged .522, OPS of 856, BABIP of .333, and a weighted runs created plus for the month of April 154.
That's why you got that jersey on.
Not
Leori. If he seems he gets like every other freaking at bat. Have I mentioned his name already?
Yes, last week.
I mentioned his name last week.
Who
did I mention last week? Is it Yaz?
Yeah,
I was going to say, is it Yaz? Yeah.
He was cold for the month of April. 169, 242, 254, OPS of 497. BABIP of 196, so pretty unlucky.
How about his walks? If you have his walk stats?
I don't have how many walks he had, but he had a 242 on base percentage. So,
all right, so the walks again, probably.
Yeah, it wasn't up there like it was last year where he was hitting like 90 and had like a 340 on base percentage.
See, like he's one of the guys that I don't really worry about. I mean, TA obviously being hot is okay, but with Yaz, it's just like, okay, I know. He's still like my guy and everything, but it's still, that shit's just really annoying. It's like, come on, especially going back a few years ago when he's like, I don't need that spring training bullshit. And then you come out playing like this fucking garbage and it just doesn't help. Yeah. It just doesn't make you feel good. So
yeah,
and he hasn't been behind the plate a lot. We've had a lot of Reese McGuire, who's totally fine. I really like Reese McGuire. He is
just make sure he doesn't get alone with himself in a parking lot.
Exactly. Mr. Otherwise, you meet Mr. Wang. So,
oh god,
he's buddies with Ben Roethlisberger. Besides that, but he's a solid defensive guy. He's been playing a lot. And you know what Reese McGuire does is like the old school guys. He actually puts the team logo on his catcher's helmet. Remember when the guys used to do that? Remember when like John Buck had like the custom painted like all-star catcher's mask or whatever, even in the old days when like Charlie O'Brien, Brian and Tyler Houston would wear the hockey style mask and they had the logo on there. Reese McGuire is bringing that back a little bit. I'm like, that's old school.
Customize it. I like it.
Old school.
I like it.
Bring John Buck back in those custom painted masks. Those things were the shit. So he was terrible, but he looked good out there at least. So which is part of the game still. So that's what my coach said I did best. If I can't pitch well, I might as well look good out there or try to. So
look the part, even if you can't
look the part. Yeah, exactly. That was my thing. That was my game right there.
That's what we do on this show.
Yeah, exactly.
We sound good. Exactly. We got cool stuff. But so there you go.
Cubbies.
All right. Yep, here we go, Justin. The past week, who was hot for the Cubs?
For the past week, I'm going to go Patrick Wisdom.
Good job, Justin.
He's had a lot of good tits lately.
Yep, 273.
He's got tits. I'm like, does he? Oh, I haven't noticed.
Maybe.
Yeah, those manly ones. Yeah, he's the tits, baby.
He's hitting 273 on base percentage of 273, slugging 636 and an OPS of 909, BABIP of 444 and a weighted runs created plus of 157. So kudos to Patrick Wisdom.
Well done.
Do you know who is not hot
this week or for this week?
Yes.
I'm going to go Seiya Suzuki.
Correct. Unfortunately, you are correct. He is hitting 043, 083, Oh, 83.
83.
On base percentage, 87 slugging, and an OPS of 170.
Say it ain't so.
Right? His BABIP right now is 067.
Oh my
His weighted
God.
runs created plus is minus 52. He is in a total funk right now. Obviously his BABIP is way down. He's not even close to being league average. So hopefully he can find whatever's wrong and correct it. So yeah, not good right now for Seiya Suzuki this past week. Now moving on to the month of April. Who is hot for the month of April?
Seiya Suzuki.
Yes, he was the hottest hitter for the Cubs in the month of April. He had he hit 273 on did not update his stats. Those are Patrick Wisdom stats. I don't have his stats, but
he was the player of the
hitter.
month, though. I know.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
I do have his BABIP updated. It was 357, and he had a weighted runs created plus of 163 for the month of April.
That sounds better than what it is right now.
Very good. Do you know who is not hot for the month of April?
I'm gonna go Nick Madrigal. So I was almost 4 for 4.
I was gonna guess Schwindel.
Okay.
Because I know that's
Frank
been
Schwindel.
That's
why they need to play Rivas.
Yeah.
Anyway,
well, they're starting to.
They're starting to. That's good. Yes,
and he's hitting leadoff.
He is.
Yes, he is. Yeah, he hasn't been good in the leadoff spot.
No.
Frank Schwindel hit 222, 263, slug 347 with an OPS of 610. His BABIP was 255, and his weighted runs created plus 77. So not too good for Frank Schwindel.
The treads are coming off of Frank the Tank. Yeah, it's not looking good. Not looking good.
Oh, did we see of what we've seen of Frank already last year? Or is it just a little funk?
I just think he's going to be.
You got to ask the question sometime.
Mediocre.
I know.
I think it's too early. Give it till
June?
maybe the end of this month, and if he's still struggling, maybe that was the flash there. And
I think we get the Midwest crutch right here for that, because I think I would like to say so, but I'm starting to get concerned.
Well, I mean, even the first couple of weeks of the season, that's what everyone was saying about Wisdom, and then he turned it around, fairly quick. But yeah, I know exactly.
The weather's been bad. Let's maybe give it a
living
little bit.
Living here just sucks. My God,
it definitely does right now. That's for sure. So, all right. Well, thank you, Vinny. Oh, go ahead.
The MLB,
right?
I was going to go through that for the last week. Who is the hottest hitter for the MLB? I mentioned this guy's name already.
Otani.
No.
Oh, I
mentioned his name.
Oh,
I mentioned his name.
I mentioned his name.
Oh, you mentioned his name? Oh, I was like, I don't remember what freaking names I mentioned. What the hell did Vinny mention? Were we listening to Vinny?
No,
Seiya Suzuki. Is it Suzuki?
No, come on.
No, it's. I was gonna say Mike Trout, but
nope.
I know Mike Trout
for the last week.
For the last week.
Yeah,
I got nothing.
What I guess MLB Network.
He's in the NL Central.
Oh, Rowdy Tellez or Tellez.
There we go. Rowdy Tellez.
Big
hitting
fat guy.
400 on base percentage of 478, slugging 1.1 with an OPS of 1.578.
Nice.
BABIP of 444 and weighted runs created plus of 332. He is on fire for the Brewers, unfortunately.
Damn it.
Do we know who is not hot? Any guesses?
Suzuki.
Okay.
There's someone that's been worse than him over the past week.
I didn't even know that was possible. I didn't know that was an option.
This is all of baseball?
Yes.
Can you give me
for one of the worst teams and also in the NL Central.
Somebody on the Reds.
Jonathan Votto or India?
Nope.
Or neither?
Kyle Farmer.
But
it was a Red,
so. Right? He's a shortstop?
What? I think
Kyle
so.
Farmer.
I think so, yeah. I believe you're right.
Yeah.
I believe you're right.
Kyle Farmer is hitting 45 with a on-base percentage of 43, a slugging 45 for an OPS of 89. His BABIP is .050 and weighted runs created plus of -85.
Nice.
Now
we gave the Cincinnati Reds much more attention than they deserve, by the way, for being complete asshats on a Major League Baseball diamond.
I mean,
so congratulations, Cincinnati.
and yes, and actually, whoever's listening to us from Cincinnati, someone from Cincinnati has downloaded like 80 downloads in the last like 2 weeks of our show. So please write in and tell us if you want more content of us bashing the Reds. Just let us know. We will be happy to oblige. So
yeah, you don't even have to ask. We'll just do it. So
that chili down
franchise.
there. Oh boy, no, I'm kidding.
Oh yeah, get the fuck out with your Cincinnati chili bullshit. Fuck that.
Oh, we just lost that viewer, the listener.
Yeah. Sorry, but it sucks. But yeah, if you disagree, let me know. So
tell us why we're wrong.
You think my deep dish pizza sucks? Well,
that's
wrong. But yeah,
want Lou
fuck out of here. But
anyway. All right. What else you got? Is that it, Vinny?
No, for the month of April. Who was hot?
Manny Machado.
You mentioned him.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Manny.
You just mentioned him.
Oh no!
You don't even remember.
Say Suzuki.
Yeah,
Stop saying Suzuki in there.
It's Mike Trout. He hit .323, on base percentage of .447, slugging .694 with an OPS of 1.141. It's ridiculous. His BABIP was
my Cy Young pick.
Yep. And
or not my Cy Young. What the fuck? He's not a fucking
MVP.
MVP
pick. I know. I know what you're saying. Yeah. Weighted runs created plus of 232. Now, who was not hot for the month of April? He's in your division, Greg.
He's in my division.
Yes.
Okay. Is he a Royal?
Yes. And he was tied to the Cubs for many years.
Whit Merrifield.
There we go. Ding, ding, ding. Yes. Whit Merrifield for the month of April hit .141, on base percentage of .190, slugging .179 for an OPS of .370. Nice. BABIP was .162, and his weighted runs created plus 8. So not good.
How many times
not on the Cubs?
Right, yeah. How many times how many teams besides the Cubs was this guy going to?
It was always.
I mean, this guy was always like the try to the trip. Well, no, he was always the talk of the
was he?
I mean, this guy. Oh yeah, this guy was going multiple places.
Okay.
I mean, the Cubs are one of the bigger ones, but there were serious talks with many teams. It never happened. He's going to be a Royal lifer, and he's just going to be miserable there for the rest of his career.
Right?
So,
yeah, pretty much.
Hey, I'm happy to see him leave the division. He can. I mean, you get rid of Nicky Batts, do something with him, and take this guy. So, no, you should keep Nicky Batts. He'll be all right. Number one will put it together. He'll put it together. He's just stupid. That's his biggest problem. He's just
can't fix stupid, Greg.
Right? You can't. I mean, you can't fix stupid. So just accept that. But stupid people can still make contact and get on base. You just got to worry about what happens after that. So that's what you're dealing with right there. That's the best I can do for you.
Well, from one stupid organization to another. Would you like that segue? Let's get into our
well done
Bears talk.
Manures of the Midway. Where the guys talk the pile of horse crap that is the Chicago Bears.
When you consider the other choices, manure is actually pretty refreshing.
All right. I don't know about you guys. The NFL draft obviously was this past weekend. I did not watch any of it, and it was kind of refreshing. Did you guys watch it? What'd you think of the Bears picks? I know their pick in the second round was their first pick of the draft. I believe they took a cornerback. Does that sound right?
Kyler Gordon.
That's correct.
Okay.
I think it was.
So what's the consensus on this draft for the Bears? Was it decent? They took 6 picks, turned it into 11 by trading down.
That is good. I think that I like.
That is awesome.
Yeah, that is good stuff.
Focused on linemen, if I'm not mistaken. No major really receiving stuff. Wide receivers for
third round. Was there
third round receiver?
I think it was Velus.
They took Velus Jones Jr.
Velus Jones Jr.
So I don't know how. I know how this team's going to be. It's going to be garbage this season, and what time is it here? It is 10:44 on Thursday, May 5th. I am going to
Happy Cinco de Mayo, by the way.
Happy Cinco de Mayo, Greg.
Thank you. Love this day.
I am going to wager, mark the tape, at the end of this NFL season, we will still not know if Justin Fields is the quarterback of the future because they will be so bad in front of him he won't be able to do much.
I don't think that's too outlandish, actually.
No fault of his own. I don't think it'll be his fault.
I don't know what this regime thinks of him, I know they needed to get, I don't know football like I know baseball. I know they needed to get dudes in here. So the fact that he traded down and we actually got 11 picks out of
that's good.
But we had 6. that's fucking
that's Ryan Pace for you.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's like the opposite of what we're used to. So, it looks like they just took a draft of almost like best available. I know they're giving them shit for not getting more weapons for Justin Fields, but
right.
The team got so many goddamn problems. So,
every time I hear Matt Eberflus's different acronyms for things he believes in, I just roll my eyes and I'm like, oh my God.
Because we're sick of all the bullshit.
Just win.
Right,
just win, baby. Al Davis. That's all I want.
I can't take all this.
I don't want to hear what is the bullshit thing he was telling people the day he got hired. It was like, was it push or
hit system?
His hit system.
Yeah.
And then he was talking about the other day. He's like, well, we want guys. This new word that I learned about, it's called having a growth mindset. I'm like, oh, good Lord. Growth mindset has been around for like a decade, dude. If you're just learning about it now, we're in trouble. But granted, I know he's a football coach and he's not in education, but still.
He's catching up to you, Justin.
Yeah. Give me a clipboard, man, and a sheet that says BU.
If this is the shit you're going to push out, shit, I'd got it from here, man. So
yeah, the hit system. And I don't know, whatever. Like I told Herb, was it Herb or Jake last week when we interviewed him? I am trying so hard to find another team, and they keep pulling me back in with all their stupid crap because it's just comical to me.
I'm actually not. This draft, it was just like,
it wasn't bad.
Know.
I should clarify.
Bad.
It was good. That wasn't bad.
They got dudes who they think. This is a new regime. We're hoping that this, this is going to be the thing that works. There's no history to let us know that, but we got dudes here on the roster that fill holes, and we got. It's just essentially a lot of lotto tickets. If we hit on a couple of them, I guess that's solid, and then we'll see where that takes us again. There's still free agency. Technically, are they going to go out and get a free agent wide receiver? I don't know, but I can't. Maybe this draft.
Maybe this will give David Montgomery a real chance to shine. If they got the lineman,
that's
to
a huge
for him,
thing. Yeah,
that's the one thing that's giving me hope. And maybe Cole Kmet will, I don't know, get his head out of his ass and be able to catch the ball. I don't know.
On that point, I think the biggest thing for me this Bear season is no Matt Nagy.
And no Ryan Pace
for me. Yeah. Well, even more for me, no Matt Nagy. I was still Nagy was still above on the he was higher on the hate column than Ryan Pace was for me. So I think that is my biggest thing that is giving me some sort of solace or. Whatever I don't even know if solace is the right word, but I don't know. Vinny,
it's your quantum of solace.
That is an underrated Bond movie. I know many people think it's terrible. It's an epilogue to Casino Royale if you view it that way. So
that's what I've heard.
Check it out.
That's what I've heard.
Vinny, what's going on with the Bears?
Honestly, I like this draft a lot.
Okay, well, that's
everybody
promising.
Focuses on the lack of wide receivers drafted. Yes, that's unfortunate. Velus Jones Jr. actually looks like he was a 25-year-old playing in college.
Yeah, older guy.
Yeah. People were upset about that. He's taking advantage, and he still didn't really shine. I don't know how much. It's tough in college. Tennessee, do they really have a great quarterback there? He's projected. He was projected to be like a 4th or 5th rounder on some people. So people are, knocking him on that.
Yeah.
People are saying he can only be a kick returner. Okay. I saw some of his pro day highlights, on Twitter. The guy looks like he can run routes and he can catch the ball. We'll see what the Bears offensive staff can do with him. I'm excited to see what he can do. I was okay with the defense, the secondary that they drafted, cornerback and the safety that they're supposed to be able to start day one. That's huge. Yeah. That's what you need.
Definitely.
And for I don't know if people forgot how bad the Bears secondary was last year, but the two games that stick out in my mind are the Steelers game and the Ravens game, which were pretty much almost, I think, back to back, or there was a game in between where Justin Fields drove them down, scored the touchdown, and then what happened? They got the Ravens and the Steelers got the ball back and then just drove it down to win the game.
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
That was all in the secondary. They needed help there. When you have Aaron Rodgers in your division, you need to have a good secondary. I was fine. I was fine with those picks. Those were needs that they needed. And they drafted those players that were best on the board. They didn't reach for a wide receiver. They didn't take a problem wide receiver like the guy out of Georgia who seemed like a head case. They got a lot of offensive linemen. They got let's see here, I'm counting it up.
Got a punter, didn't they, or something?
Four. Yep, that was another need. But they got 4 offensive linemen in Ryan Pace's entire tenure with the Bears, which I think, what was it, almost 10 years?
Too long. Yeah, 7 or 8.
Yeah, 8 years. He drafted 9 offensive linemen. So
this guy already took 4.
In one draft, he took 4.
Which is also great.
Yes, in moving back, I know there were people. Our favorite guy, Hub Arkish, was upset that the Bears kept trading back.
Was he really?
The last day, yes, he was. He was upset that they were trading back, and at the point on day 3, it's a crapshoot. You might as well have as many opportunities to hit.
Exactly,
I think that was
100%
smart move. I kind of trust Ryan Pace because he was an offensive lineman.
Poles.
Poles. Yeah, God. Poles.
It's scary when that happens.
Everybody does that.
Yeah, I know.
But Poles was an offensive lineman when he played, so I feel like he's going to be able to find those diamond in the roughs and later in the draft. And there have been some very good Pro Bowl linemen that have been 5th and 6th round picks. So hopefully they hit on one of them. They got a bunch of guys in there that can push the current staff, and hopefully, raise everybody else up just by having all that competition in there. I thought it was a great draft. I know a lot of people were upset because there were no, weapons, but they did, they got Byron Pringle when he's not doing donuts. Hopefully he can do donuts in the end zone after he scores a touchdown. I kind of like him. He was a 4th receiver at in a crowded Kansas City offense. How much is he going to get, with looks there? I'm excited to see what he can do. I know they got Equanimeous St. Brown. From the Packers. We'll see what he can do. There's ties with Luke Getsy there, so Luke Getsy might know him better than most other teams. So maybe he knows what his strengths are there. He wasn't much of a receiver with the Packers. Right. They didn't have many options there. So I don't know what they're going to get out of him. He's just depth piece. So I was perfectly fine with the draft. They went, line heavy, which that entails that. I mean, that's helping Justin Fields is getting line help. Even if they're 5th and 6th round, 7th round
without
picks.
A doubt.
So that's helping Justin Fields in itself. So it wasn't a complete waste. I don't buy into the rumors that the management doesn't like Justin Fields or the front office doesn't like Justin Fields. I don't buy that crap. I think they do like him. Obviously, they're not tied to him, but I think he was part of the appeal in taking this job for both Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus. So. Yeah, I was fine with the draft, and I'm excited to see what's in store for the season ahead.
Nice. Good recap. I feel like I am well informed now, Vinny. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I can't trust a Bears quarterback yet.
No.
I'm hoping I hope to God it's Justin Fields, and I hope too. I hope you're right.
I hope too.
Just like shit, I can't do this fucking dance again.
Yep.
Every couple of years.
Yeah. It's like, goddamn, we have to find the guy.
Was it Jay Cutler? No. Was it Was it?
I think.
Who else?
You know who I blame Hub Arkish just for everything now.
There you go.
I think that's the way to go. Hub Arkish. Fuck
him. Great. There goes the interview I had lined up. Thanks, Craig.
You can still have him on. He's used to getting roasted, right? I mean, three nobodies. That's nothing.
Yep.
So
yeah, but he'd be the fourth. It'd be great. All right.
Well done.
To wrap up, CHGO, which if you've listened to, we had Herb Lawrence, who is the White Sox lead content producer for them on last week. But CHGO also had hired Olin Kreutz to help run their Bears content, along with Adam Hogue, who, if you're from Chicago, I believe Adam worked for, is it the Tribune or the Sun-Times? I can't remember. He was a beat writer for the Bears. He got hired. He was there at CHGO. The story broke this week. All of a sudden, Olin Kreutz was fired from the brand new CHGO startup for putting his hands around Adam Hogue's neck, is what I read. I don't know if you guys heard anything differently.
Yes.
That's
and
about it.
There's been instances of, we talked about it before we started recording. Olin Kreutz supposedly he broke Fred Mitchell's jaw.
Fred
Miller's jaw, former teammate, right?
Yep.
Okay. For a while I was thinking of Fred Mitchell, who is the old beat writer for, like, I think the Sun-Times or the Tribune. Like, why would he beat it? Why would he beat up an old man?
Hey, he might have. It wouldn't hold him back.
And he's just said odd things. Obviously, I know to be a football player, to be a lineman of his caliber, you got to be a little bit unhinged, maybe a little off center to be that good at your job. But you can't do that in a workplace.
Yeah, it's kind of keeping it with him.
I know he's been very, very vocal. He would not apologize for this. I saw on Twitter, he would not apologize for what he did. And he has been very vocal just about, he doesn't like when people that haven't played football kind of diss the Bears a little bit. And I'm like, well, dude, I don't know what to tell you, man. That's going to be mostly everyone, dude. And they're not good. So it just makes me wonder, and I know we can talk about this, but it makes me wonder, like George McCaskey and that whole paying him minimum wage, everyone immediately took Olin Kreutz's side. Is there more to the story? Is George McCaskey saying there, I told you guys, I told you.
The very fact that we have to go back and send out like a retraction or something is just sickening.
Yes. So he's like, mother, I told you, Virginia. I told you.
As he's looking into the mirror, talking to himself.
Psycho. Yes.
Yep.
I don't know. Do you guys have any takes on this? I don't understand it.
Not surprising,
I read that he showed up to the office, and Hogue was talking with somebody else about, I guess Olin walked off the set when the Bears had their draft because he was so upset. I think he must have made a comment or
upset
a remark about
at the draft. Like,
yeah, Olin was.
Really?
They drafted a bunch of linemen. I'm surprised.
I was going to say, yeah.
Well, it was the first day when they drafted a cornerback. Maybe it was when they drafted the safety. I didn't watch it or listen to it, but yeah, supposedly Hogue made a comment about Olin getting upset and walking off. Supposedly he made a comment about that, and yeah, obviously Olin.
That's what led to that.
Major offense, although there's a lot of jokes going around saying that Adam Hogue had made fun of Sam Mustipher.
I read that too. Yeah,
and that's what ticked Olin off, because Sam Mustipher's like a son to Olin, so you don't. Yeah, but then I also saw someone joke and say, I don't think even Mama Mustipher even cares if someone's making fun of her son. But yeah,
Vinny, you better be careful. If there's a knock on your door, it's going to be Olin Kreutz now for making fun of him.
Right?
I think it'd be like the T-Rex, like the foot, like Jurassic Park, like you hear the thump of the footprints come in.
The phone calls coming from inside the house. It's
right. Because she didn't be getting tackled right now, right live on this recording.
On the podcast.
That would hurt
just
so
out of
bad.
nowhere.
He had a good run.
Right.
I'm just waiting for the Badger blanket that's hanging up to like slowly unfurl.
And Olin's right behind me. Oh God. That'd be terrible.
That would be. It's like terrifying just thinking about it.
Ooh,
yeah, I know.
Yeah. There you go.
You gotta get a look.
But from Adam Hogue's perspective, what did that feel like? Because Adam Hogue's
that
like
would have been terrifying.
lanky dude.
He's a lanky guy, yeah.
So Jesus.
I don't know. So we'll see. We'll keep you guys updated if there's any more. I know Hoke supposedly wanted to continue. They were podcasting or doing something on YouTube. He was ready to continue after it happened, and they're like, "No, we're not. We're going to stop. We're dismissing everyone." So there you go. The last thing I'll say, we don't need to play the music or anything, but for the NHL, the playoffs has started next week. The first round should be over. Greg, your Flames are currently losing.
Come on.
If they lose tonight, though, the series will be tied 1-1 with Dallas because they won the first game, and your Tampa Bay Lightning actually beat up on my Maple Leafs last night.
So the opposite is happening of what we need to happen.
Yeah. So
what's the Maple Leaf series at now?
It is 1-1 as well.
Oh, it is 1-1.
They smoked the Lightning the first game, and then the Lightning brought it back.
Got to get back on this hockey.
Yes. So next week, if these two oblige me, I will recap the first round because it should be pretty close to being over by then. But that's the only other thing I wanted to say is, which I found hysterical. The Pittsburgh Penguins and the New York Rangers game 2 nights ago went into triple overtime. Their backup goalie is playing. So their backup is on the bench. He played in the AHL mostly. He's played on a couple different NHL teams. His name's Louis Domingue. The reason I bring this up, though, that I find it so funny is the whole game's going on. The Penguins backup, Casey DeSmith, is rock solid. They ended up winning the game. But in between the first overtime and the second overtime, their backup, Louis Domingue, decided to order spicy pork and broccoli to eat in between periods because he was figuring, I'm not going to get in this game. I'm an AHL goalie. I'm good. Right. But lo and behold, the second period, halfway through it, Casey DeSmith goes down with an injury, and broccoli himself, Louis Domingue, is put into the game. Hasn't played in like 3 weeks. I think he played 6 NHL games. He stuck it out for them. They won, and he is now a hero in Pittsburgh.
Look at that.
Yes. So they lost tonight with him starting because their other goalie's still hurt. And
he didn't have the
spicy beef.
He didn't have the
yeah.
So we'll see. Their true starter, Tristan Jarry, who I know we talked about with Jake Hahn last week, is still injured. They need him back desperately. So they lost tonight as well. So there you go. Is that
the guy you want on the Hawks?
I would take him. I mean, he's decent. He's nothing to write home about, but
get the AHL dude.
Yeah, sure.
Spicy beef.
Spicy beef.
Get the broccoli farts going. Keep them pucks away.
I was trying to find the article on the Pittsburgh Gazette, and then the click on the next link article was, we think we found the restaurant that they ordered his spicy pork from. I'm like, it was a slow news day.
That's like, they put our best man on this story, calling around different restaurants. Oh, did you get an order
from Pittsburgh Penguins in Madison Square Garden? Yeah, it's like, come on.
Jesus.
Or I'm assuming, I think they're in Madison Square Garden. Yeah. So, all right.
Hilarious.
Well, that's all we have. Vinny, do you have any other final parting words before we wrap up?
I don't.
And go on to our second segment, I should say. We are filming this out of order.
Second segment.
Those of you that are listening or watching on YouTube, you are going to our second segment, our whatever segment, which is a preview of the White Sox Red Sox upcoming weekend series with the one and only Brad from the Pesky Report, fellow podcast on the Belly Up Sports Network, one of their highest rated. So there you go. So I don't know. But before we stop, Vinny, do you have anything? Or are you good?
I don't. I'm good.
You're good. All right. Greg, what about you?
I think everything has been said that's been needed to say. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying.
Wait, if you are a fan of MLB The Show, check out our YouTube channel. Greg has been uploading MLB The Show content.
I'm waiting for my guy. I got a little bit of RTTS up there, Road to the Show. Hopefully I make AAA soon. Been playing a lot of the Tennessee Smokies lately.
I watched a little bit of that. Was it Smokies? And giving
some home runs to some guys. So, but we'll get some more up there. Maybe some NHL 22 vids coming your way with a little bit of commentary for myself. Nice. I have an idea in mind. Now I just got to do it, which is the hard part. So
finding
the
time.
Impossible part. Yeah.
Finding time.
Oh, good Lord.
So
this has been fun, boys.
It has been fun. We will leave our wonderful listeners and viewers and enjoy the second segment, and we will catch you next week. Bye, everybody.
Take care. Welcome to whatever. Baseball and whatever. Mercy. Little different again tonight. We don't have any top 5, Sinister 6s, or 007s for you. Instead, we have a very important baseball series kicking off Friday. And we brought in another podcast to preview this series for us. Now, they may be some pesky motherfuckers, but they need their team to win, and we need our team to win. But only one of us can. Ladies and gentlemen, a.k.a. Mom and Dad, please welcome the number one rated show on the Belly Up Sports Podcast Network. They cover the 10-16 Boston Red Sox. The Pesky Report. Brad, welcome to Baseball and Whatever. How you doing, brother?
I've been better. I'm on the right side of the dirt. That's like my favorite saying right now. I'm on the right side of the dirt.
Good way to look at it. That's a really good way to look at it.
I mean, look at it. We feel like this is kind of like a zero to hero moment right now, where we have the number one show on the network meets the lowest rated show, I guess. But we have a series coming up that I guess we're going to preview and talk about. I mean, let's face it, our teams are both the Red Sox and White Sox could use some W's right now. So we're kicking off Friday. And really quick, I had a couple kind of just like hot take questions for you towards the end. We can get to the series first, but we kind of have a shared guy joining the booth on is it Sunday where they're doing the Peacock broadcast? Is that nationally, or is that just local by us, where Jason Benetti, Steve Stone, and Kevin Youkilis will be taking the booth? I believe that's Sunday morning, isn't it?
That's NBC and Peacock.
And Peacock, okay.
So NBC owns Peacock, so
right.
But they are planning on doing more of these Peacock only. I think there's Sunday morning games, which is absolutely ridiculous because who wants to watch a game at 11:30 in the morning?
Right, at 10:30 by us, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
That's absolutely crazy. Fun fact: I will be in Boston at 11 o'clock on Sunday morning, but I will not be at Fenway.
Oh, yikes!
Completely unplanned. I'm bringing my stepmom for Mother's Day.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Nice.
And we decided to go to Boston. So
I'm not going to lie. I just had a mini panic attack that Mother's Day is this weekend. And then I realized I bought gifts that they just haven't gotten here yet. So, man,
you off the hook,
color
man.
almost just completely went from my face there for about 2 seconds. So,
but either way, Kevin Youkilis will be joining the booth for that broadcast. He, of course, was a long time, famously for the Boston Red Sox, and 1 year or like just a couple months on the White Sox. But you will occasionally see a number 20 Youkilis jersey or T-shirt around the suburbs or something like that. So, Brad, welcome in. It's good to have you, man. How you been? How you feeling about your Red Sox, dude?
We can just skip over that. I'm doing
love it.
The Red Sox. I just got done recording our episode, and there was a lot of F-bombs dropped, and
of course.
And also a lot of shoot him to the sun, shoot him out of this galaxy.
Well, I didn't want to bring up Shohei because I know how that performance went today. I figured I'd let you talk about that, but I'm sure you pretty much covered all that on your previous when you're recording for your show before you joined us here. So
I actually did not get a chance to watch that game. I missed. I was working, so
yeah.
I got to listen to it. Unfortunately, so 11 Ks for Shohei.
Mm-hmm.
Rich Hill was dealing. That's cool.
He was, yeah. What was it, 8-0, or was it 8-0 the final score? So all those runs came late for the Angels, if I'm not mistaken.
It came from the 6th inning on. Rich Hill pitched 5 innings, and after that, Tanner Houck came in and gave two-thirds of an inning. I am so happy that somebody else from another podcast is calling him that. We as soon as the Sox signed him, I told my guy who does our designs for our shirts and stuff, I was like, we need a Dick Mountain shirt.
Hell yeah.
So we literally have it says Dick Mountain, but instead of the I, it's a silhouette of Rich Hill.
Nice.
Perfect.
It amazes me that guy is still. I remember when he was a Cub. Came up with the Cubs, if I'm not mistaken. I was like in high school. That was like 04, 05, 06, something like that. So, good Lord, that guy's been around, and he's kind of had like a career resurgence with LA, and then he's kind of bounced around a little bit. Now he's found his way to Boston. So, oh boy, man, the guy just won't go away. He's like a rash.
I have to say, one of my favorite moments of Rich Hill is when he got taken out of the World Series and the Red Sox shoved.
Yeah.
Understandable. Yep. Very understandable.
All right, Brad, before we kick it off with some of the with the upcoming games here between the Red Sox and White Sox, I have to ask you, I feel like I don't know where this guy stands. I'm sure this guy's pretty big in, Red Sox history and everything. But I always felt like he was an underrated player. Please tell me your favorite Trot Nixon memory, who I feel like has been like the quintessential number 5 hitter for like the 10 years he was in Boston.
Trot Nixon was the original dirt dog, right fielder. I swear, like that guy you just see him with the eye black and diving for the balls. He put his body in harm. When he ended up on the Indians, I probably cried. I think that's right. Did.
Well, that's when the Red Sox brought in J.D. Drew, right? They didn't re-sign him. He signed a 1 year with the Indians, but that was the beginning of the J.D. Drew era, right? Was that like 06 or something? I can't remember.
So truth be told, I didn't start following the Red Sox as a diehard fan until 2013. That was not because they won the World Series. It wasn't because of the bombing or anything. My very first game I ever went to was in 2013, and it just so happened to be the day before the bombing. I got to see Clay Buchholz. He had a no-hitter go. I think he pitched 8 1/3 inning.
This start sounds familiar. Yeah, this is kind of coming back to me. Yeah,
it was against the Rays.
Okay.
So anything really before 2013, I have to look up, unfortunately. But I remember JD Drew. Not a huge fan.
Not many people were.
Didn't hate him.
Right.
But, but like you want to talk Pedro, you want to talk Poppy, things like that. You want to talk little Petey.
Of course. I always have to drop in a rando. That's just like what I do. Because whenever I think of, Red Sox or whatever, I think of number 5 in the batting order, Trot Nixon, weird ass first name and everything, but underrated player. He had like career 280 with the Red Sox, if I'm not mistaken. So I said, I've never actually talked to you might be the first like real Red Sox fan I've talked to. I mean, we have a lot of bullshit Red Sox fans here in Chicago.
That's true.
Yeah. But
the fact that you have any type of Red Sox fans in Chicago is kind of, I guess, like, I
guess they walk around. I don't believe them. I think they're just posing or whatever. I'm like, y'all
posers.
Yeah, you're just like, y'all full of shit.
Chicago's got plenty of posers. I can tell you that.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, do we ever? So the Boston ones. I mean, that's why they come here pretty much. So we can just pose as fans, all the sports fans. So, but either way, we got a series coming up. Vinny, who do we? What's the outlook like for the White Sox here? Who do we have going on Friday at least? Let's kick it off there.
Yep, the White Sox have Vince Velasquez going. He's pitched 17 2/3 inning with an ERA of 4.58, WHIP of 1.47. Batters are hitting 264 against him, and his BABIP is 320. Not good for the White Sox as the first game starter in that series.
Good start last time against the Angels, but that's about it. I mean, get this guy in my fucking rotation, please. I don't know. He's earned another start, but yeah, this guy was supposed to be a swingman. When we had our guy Herb Lawrence on, he was pretty pissed when he signed him, and I was like, you know what, Herb? I was like, okay, for a swingman for a little bit, if we need him out of the bullpen, spot start here and there. Then the next thing you know, he's making the opening day start for the White Sox at home, and you're like, oh fuck, this is really fucking happening right here. I know Herb took it personally too because he took Robin Ventura's number 23.
That's true.
So, but no, he did well against the Angels this last time, so he gets another start right here. I don't know, Brad, are the Red Sox fearing of Vince Velasquez at all, or you just you're getting hungry, ready to take this guy over the monster?
Right about now, I think the Red Sox fans are fearing any pitcher. It's literally, our offense is fucking atrocious. We were just, like I said, talking on our podcast. We have not had a single game this season that we've had double digits for runs. And that's something that's like unheard of for the Red Sox, especially this. I mean, I know it's still early in the season, but this late in the season, the Red Sox would have at least gotten 10 runs.
Mm-hmm.
But and the fact that everybody was saying that the Red Sox offense is going to be like the strong point of this team, and it's like, well, it's been the shitty point. Like this offense is fucking terrible right now.
Oh boy, I'm having Cub flashbacks right now. Just hearing about this.
Hey,
right,
so the Cubs at least got 21 runs this year.
Yeah,
they did.
True.
They had the football game. So
I'm sure the Red Sox would have 40 something against the Pirates.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. That's like a AA team at this point. But they are ahead of the Cubs in the standings, which pains me to no end. That's bad. That's really terrible. Bad. So.
I mean, it can't be worse than the Reds.
No, they're not. Thankfully, they haven't sunk that low quite yet.
With their damn
give them time.
Wins.
Give them time.
Yeah, I mean, Trevor Story hasn't gotten hot yet. Kike's been struggling a little bit. Cub that lineup, I know that's jumbled around a little bit. Just waiting for this offense to heat up a little bit, I suppose, too. Like you said, not
Kike's cold. Alex Verdugo needs to heat up. Bobby Dahlbeck is just like an automatic strikeout. Jackie Bradley Jr. has actually been hitting a little bit lately. The past couple of days. That's with my name being Bradley, that's my boy.
Yeah.
Vasquez and Plawecki are just, we had the saying on our podcast, let's break 10, hashtag let's break 10. And that's because last year, both catchers together hit 9 home runs. And so far they've only hit 1. And we're like, maybe we cursed them.
It could be.
So they're on pace for that 9, I guess. I don't know. But
really. The bottom part of our lineup is just.
Yeah.
How is Bobby Dahlbeck been received in Boston? Because he's relatively young player, first baseman. I know that's a position they targeted to upgrade maybe, but he's kept his job. How's the we have a Dahlbeck fan club in Boston going on there, or nope. I tried, Bobby.
So Bobby's rookie year was basically last year. Yeah. He came up in the 2020 season. He mashed a little bit. I think he had like 20 games. I don't know. Okay. I know last year he struggled in the beginning of the season. Then when we traded for Mitch Moreland, wow.
Mitch Moreland, blast from the past.
Schwarber. Why I said that? Schwarber.
Both 18s. There you go. That's why.
When we traded for Schwarber, he all of a sudden got his shit together. Mm-hmm. But I'm pretty sure what happened was Bloom was like, oh, he got his shit together at the end of the season last year. Maybe we can ride that out until Casas, our number 1 prospect down in AAA right now, who's also a first baseman. He's also a lefty.
Yeah.
And he also fucking mashes balls. But maybe they thought that was going to be the bridge to Casas, but it doesn't look like that's going to be a thing. But Bobby fan club, there's a few people out there that are huge Bobby fans. I don't hate the dude. Just wish he would not do Giancarlo Stanton and swing at everything that's in the dirt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Understand.
Vinny, who do we have going for or maybe obviously any of you guys can answer, but who's going for the Red Sox in the Friday game right here? Do they have a guy slated to go starting pitcher?
You asking me or Vinny?
I'm asking anybody. You guys.
So I know all the pitchers that we have going. I heard that there were 2 TBDs for you guys. I don't know if they announced them yet.
Oh, I'm getting to those guys. They did. So, they did announce them.
Well, I guess no. I guess I mean, Keuchel is slated.
Because I have an idea, but
I have up on Fangraphs what they're saying they're gonna have, but what's up with Keuchel supposedly on the verge of being DFA'd?
Oh, so I'm hoping that happens.
Wow.
So you might be saying maybe you're seeing a little bit of Johnny Cueto on Saturday, possibly. I don't know. They're saying he's coming up soon. I'll tell you one thing: Dallas Keuchel, and we're like the anti Dallas Keuchel pod right now. It all started with Vinny ever since he said mean things about the Cubs, and then he's just been ass hat terrible. He was good the COVID year. 2020, but that's about it. I would say he's been a fucking hack. I mean, you could literally, that guy is throwing BP out there. He might as well take the fucking L screen with him and just fucking throw the soft toss out there. So I was gonna say, eat the fucking money, Jerry Reinsdorf, and get this guy off the fucking team. He's got a hot wife. He can go enjoy. He doesn't need to be here wearing a terrible jersey number. So if that's the case, I mean, you're either going to get Johnny Cueto up, who is close, they say. I don't know, close to what? Close to more suckage. Or you might get some asshat young Jimmy Lambert or some shit like that. I don't know. He might be hurt or he might be dead. I don't know. But
or both.
Or both. Yeah. Or both. Might as well be both. But yeah, so that's what it looks like for whatchamacallit, Saturday, but for the White Sox coming
all
up.
Right.
Here.
So the Red Sox, we have Nathan Eovaldi going on Friday, which is on Apple TV.
Right.
And then Saturday, we have Mr. Nicholas Pivetta.
Okay. I wanted to get to him too later.
I'm looking at his stat line right now. Not too appealing. I'm not going to lie.
Because I feel like if that's another guy, because ever since Sale got hurt, like they had to bump everyone up. And Eovaldi, I mean, he's technically your ace right now. And then, but yeah, Pivetta has been, what is he like? I don't know if he's gotten a win. He's got a high ERA and everything, just not been throwing very well. So that's a guy from the starting pitching stance that definitely needs to get hot for you guys. I feel like if they can get him going, maybe that can, well, I mean, that would almost certainly help out a little bit. I don't know.
I actually just pissed off 2 people on my podcast by saying I want him as our closer.
Wow.
Really? Okay.
Wow. Interesting.
I don't hate Pivetta. And he's not having a great start to the season. Last year, he had a 4.53 ERA in 31 games. He pitched 155 innings. This season so far, he's 0-4 with a 7.84 ERA. And he started in 5 games. And I went to one of the games, which was opening day at Fenway. And I was pissed.
Oh, man. Hate that feeling on opening day. But yeah, looking at him, I mean, and then I look at the White Sox right now. I know Eovaldi's nasty. I mean, that guy's stuff is nasty. So I mean, but looking with Pivetta, I look at that, as a opportunity because the White Sox are building off some confidence right now. They've got 3 wins in a row. I'm hoping from my side, at least that's a guy they can beat up on a little bit and at least can secure 1 win. But I don't know.
He's 0-4 right now. He's due.
He's due for 1. Oh God! Of course, it's going to be against.
It'll be against the White Sox. Yeah,
yeah, of course, right. Maybe Leori Garcia will get a hit off of him or something.
He'll be batting cleanup or something. Knowing Tony La Russa.
Yeah, he hasn't.
He just hit a home run last night.
See, he's proven you wrong.
Whoop-de-doo.
Move him back up the line. Move him back up the lineup then.
Yeah, right. He's going to go in the number 2 or 3 spot now.
Yeah.
God damn it. So. Yeah, so then moving to Sunday, then we have the 8 a.m. game or whatever the hell it is.
The 11:30 Mother's Day game.
The 11:30 Mother's Day game where everyone will be donning pink. Great day, obviously. So then what are we looking like for that, Vinny, for the White Sox? Who we got starting that game, you think?
Dylan Cease is slated to start.
We have an off day. Woo-hoo.
Yep. 29 innings pitched this year, 2.48 ERA, 0.98 whip. Batters are hitting 184 against him, and his BABIP is 250.
Nasty.
Not bad.
Could be win day, but they're going up against Michael Wacha, who's been
Michael Walker's been good
this year.
He has.
Yeah.
Your guy, Vinny, former Cardinal.
So. Michael fucking Wacha, dude.
Who knew?
We have this guy on our podcast. The minute he signed with the Red Sox, he was like, fuck this signing. And now he's just like, maybe I was wrong.
That's always how it goes. Yeah. I know.
I mean, he's only given up four runs, and 2 of them were to Wander Franco. He hit a home. He hit 2 home runs off of him. So he's thrown 26 innings. He's given up 13 hits, 4 runs, 2 of them home runs, both of them to Franco. He's walked 11, which isn't awesome. He struck out 19, but I mean, he doesn't have that same velocity that he had back in like 2013. Nope. So if you would have told me like 10 years ago that Michael Wacha would be starting for the Boston Red Sox in 2022, I'd tell you were full of shit.
Yeah.
And I would have never, I honestly would have never seen him leaving the Cardinals, and I was shocked he did.
Yeah. And he was a Ray last year, wasn't he? Wasn't that who he was? So did they unlock something in him, and did he bring it over to the Red Sox?
I think it was his changeup.
Okay.
They wanted him to use that more.
Okay.
But in fairness, if typically if the Rays reject you, you're not good.
Right.
And,
or they don't see something.
Yeah. He had 29. He pitched in 29 games last year. He had a 5.05 ERA. So I believe he was hurt last year too, though.
I think he was. Yeah. That's interesting. Well,
I'm just glad that he's not.
Now.
I'm glad he's not in the Cubs division anymore. Because God, every time he had to pitch for the Cardinals, it was just like, well, that's going to be another Cubs loss for the most part. So,
you guys still have Wainwright, Yachty, and Albert Pujols.
Yes, talk about a blast from the past.
Guys won't go away.
Like a seniors club down there.
The AARP tour.
Exactly.
Speaking of seniors, I got a question for you, White Sox guys.
Yeah.
Thoughts on LaRusso?
Oh man.
Oh boy.
The walking zombie.
Yeah. Now this can date back. So, I mean, our podcast almost grew on Tony La Russa content. I mean, that was like there from the very inception.
That was like our first big hit on YouTube. That video blew up.
The first big hit was the whole "You're mean Mercedes" bullshit. Who's back, by the way? Now he's coming back to play in AAA. Yep. But that was that whole thing when he, pretty much told Rocco Baldelli, he's like, "Oh yeah, it's okay if you throw at this guy because he's got to learn," or whatever that shit was. I mean, fuck it. But this Tony La Russa relationship, and I'm just speaking for me right now. I don't know how the other two, my other two boys feel, but it started off terrible, and they can attest to that. Like, I got on. I mean, bro, was it Bob Nightingale who kind of tweeted this out? Hey, the White Sox are talking to Tony La Russa, and then everyone in Chicago was like, "Fuck you, Bob." We still say "fuck you, Bob."
Yeah,
but it was like, no fucking way that this is gonna happen. Go ahead.
Do you actually say Bob? Because over here we call him Boob.
We do say Boob. Yeah,
we've done that too.
We've done Boob. Yeah. Yeah, we say Boob more recently, I think. So
he is one of the worst, but yeah.
We like to say Boob on this.
Heyman's probably one of the worst.
Oh, yeah, he's another one
too.
He's terrible.
He's another one. Yeah,
but yeah,
if it's not passing, I don't care.
No, you're right.
If you have Heyman, Nightingale's the one that broke the news about Stories. So I was like, wait a minute, do we believe him?
Right. Can't be sure.
Broken clocks right twice a day. So he had to get one eventually.
Right.
But.
So yeah, La Russa started off cold. I was pissed. But no one liked the move. And then, I mean, most people still don't, to be fair. But for me, at least for me personally, it's been hot and cold. And then sometimes I'll be like, all right, yeah, we're winning a little bit. I don't know how much Tony has to do with it, but we got a hurt team. The dude's a Hall of Famer, blah, blah, blah. Then some days you're just like, all Hall of Famers were shitty ones too. Or towards the end of the career, it's like what we have going on here. And he's a zombie because he's resurrected from the dead and he looks like a fucking corpse. So
he was.
Yeah, I don't know. He's just, for me right now, it's just like he's just like old man there stinking up the bathroom sort of shit. So
he was a coach when Dusty Baker was playing.
Yep. Yeah. See how fucking ancient this guy is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it'll tell what's really gonna be the deciding factor for me is what they do this postseason. I mean, first they got to get there. Obviously, they're supposed to be there, and we got to win a fucking series. Otherwise, I'm on my last leg with this Tony La Russa experiment. We don't know what his contract is. He's just pretty much got a free fucking pass because he's in with the owner. So he's just kind of there doing his thing. He has probably more control than most other managers do in their organization. I mean, we just can't even grasp the amount of power this man actually has. So, to me, it's just in the end of winning and how he keeps this bullpen management going. I mean, there's been good days and there's been a lot of bad days too. So, hot and cold relationship overall still. It's nothing I'm like excited about. I'm not like a proud White Sox fan that goes, yes, we are managed by Tony La Russa. No, I'm trying to like hide the fact. I'm like, yeah, no, we got Luis Robert and like Dylan Cease and shit. Like, that's cool. Like, I'm not going out saying, yeah, I'm like proud of this shit.
You're not advocating. You're not promoting it.
No, I mean, you guys know I've been more than fair with Tony too. I do have my meltdowns, but yeah, sure. I believe I've been more than fair with what I've said. I've given Tony his kudos where it's been due. But yeah, overall, it's just kind of like the jury's still out.
The way I look at it, Greg, is he gave us that himself. He gave us a gif of himself running out of the dugout, which
he did
was more than enough. That
against
that was
the Indians.
Perfect.
Yep,
that was perfect. So
we love that.
You know, the internet had its fun with that, and I will be forever grateful to Jerry Reinsdorf for enabling that to happen. So.
Another question for you guys. An anniversary actually just passed for the White Sox on last Friday. Mm-hmm. Do you know what anniversary that is?
Anniversary pass for the White Sox. I feel like I might have heard about this, but maybe not. It's not ringing a bell.
2015 versus the Orioles.
2015 versus the Orioles.
I can see the gears turning in Greg's head right now.
Wait, it's starting. It's clicking.
It's starting to rev up.
Yeah. Oh, I'm having trouble. Orioles 2015. I'm trying to put this team together.
Was Burley on the team then?
I'll just
yeah, tell me. Yeah.
On April 29th, 2015, which it was the 29th last Friday. The Baltimore Orioles defeated the Chicago White Sox 8-2 in the first crowdless game ever played by Major League Baseball.
Oh my gosh, team. I forgot about that game. Yeah, at Camden Yards, right?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was not thinking that, but as soon as you said that, I was I remember it now. That is
how little did they know that would not be the last time there would be a crowdless game.
Yeah,
right.
Oh God, yeah.
Like, no way this can happen again.
It was just a precursor of future events. Yeah. I want to say too, I heard on the radio today, the Cubs and Sox just finished up their first 2-game series. It has been, I believe, and I could be wrong on this, but they said on the radio, it's been 25 years now of interleague play since interleague play was introduced into the majors back in 97. So somebody called into the sports station complaining that the MLB wasn't making a bigger deal of celebrating the anniversary. And I'm like, I don't think anybody really even notices anymore. It's just kind of a given that you're going to play. And now that both leagues have the DH, there's no difference really anymore. So
what are your guys' thoughts on that? I think, it would affect you more, right, Justin?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I go back and forth. Frankly, I'm at the point where I feel like it's an inevitability. So I kind of just, okay, I'll roll with it. I mean, it was kind of cool for Cubs fans to see some of the pitchers like Arrieta who could really hit. Occasionally you get the one
really hit though.
He couldn't. He could
hit for a pitcher.
Hit for a pitcher, yes. And then occasionally you get in the 1 in a million in a lifetime Bartolo Colon home run, which is just a thing of beauty. But all in all,
big game James, baby. Woo!
Well, yeah, that too. But I guess I'm in favor. I don't know. When I go to a game, I want to see offense. Granted, that goes against everything, the league wants to do with cutting down the pace of play a little or speeding up the pace of play. But I'm indifferent. I'm fine with it. I'll go along with it. I don't know about you guys, but
here's one rule that I'm kind of like, So, and this isn't because we just faced him, but the Shohei Ohtani rule where if he's pitching and he gets taken out, he could still be the DH. I'm kind of like, after today, I'm like, nah, take him the fuck out.
Get him out of there.
Exactly. Right.
He's out. Yeah. I mean, the one new rule, which obviously, if I'm not mistaken, is being implemented next year with the banning of the shift, or they're going to try and limit that. I on the podcast, and even for years before we even started a show, I would talk with these guys, and I would get so frustrated about, especially guys like Anthony Rizzo, when he was a Cub, they would have this major shift to the right side because he's a lefty. And it's like, you're a pro. How hard is it to even just bunt it down the third base line? And you are slow as hell. You will still make it to first. So that was
second
for that matter. Yeah. And that was always my take on it for like the last 10, 15 years, once the shift became so dominant. But now it's gotten to the point like, okay, well, clearly they're not learning. So is this better in terms of maybe seeing a little bit more offense? I suppose I could make the case for me being okay with it. But at the same time, I'm still disappointed. Like, this was a perfect opportunity to show your skills and learn how to hit the opposite way, as opposed to just pulling it right to the second baseman who's out in right field and then throwing it to first. So I don't know. I go back and forth, but to be honest, at this point, I'm like, fine, throw that in there too. During the lockout, I just wanted baseball back, so I didn't really care what they changed. And plus, the Cubs suck anyway, so that's where I'm at.
So I was one of the people that were like, I wanted MLB back.
Yes.
But I knew I was getting baseball no matter what. Mm-hmm. And that was the difference between the casual fan and a diehard fan, because a casual fan only watches MLB.
Right.
A diehard fan pays attention to all of it.
Yes.
So this was going to be my first year. I was like, if the lockout happens and it lasts for more than like a few months, like, I'll be pissed. But I have minor league I can watch.
Yep.
We were thinking the same thing.
Other baseball still exists.
We actually had on the broadcaster for the Cubs, low single A or high single A. Do you guys remember? Low
A,
for the low A Myrtle Beach Pelicans that are affiliated with the Cubs, because they have a lot of their really good prospects. And as a Cubs fan, that's all I have to root for right now is the potential prospects down the line. But we were all set. We're like, all right, we thought this was going to drag out, and then magically it kind of came back. But we've kind of been following from afar the Pelicans in particular, because we've talked to them a few times, but I know they just had a combined no-hitter, didn't they, Vinny?
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken. So,
yep.
But yeah, you're spot on, Brad, about having that minor league option. And there's something to be said for just I don't want
college ball too.
Yeah, that too. I've now that I'm subscribed to ESPN Plus for my hockey needs, getting a lot of those college baseball games has been really great to watch, because that's something in college softball for that matter too. It's been great to see just different types of baseball, in addition to the pros, because I watch the Cubs. It's more just as a punishment for myself at this point. So, but
totally off subject. When COVID season happened and we didn't have actual MLB, what did you guys do?
What did I do?
What the hell did we do? What did anyone do?
Right? A lot more video games.
I was going to say MLB The Show comes to mind right away. So
a lot more video games. I'll be honest. I've leaned more into the NBA over the last couple seasons.
Did you?
Yeah. And I'm a diehard. I grew up playing ice hockey, so hockey's always been my number one. So I've definitely relied heavier on that at times. But yeah, I don't. And that was a season when the Cubs still had potential. They had their core, if you will. So I was a little more disappointed, but I may do. Vinny, do you remember what you were doing? I don't remember what you were doing.
I have no idea.
This podcast. Did we start this podcast? No, that was the year after.
The year after 21.
After 21.
We started the podcast.
Not one of you said anything that I thought you would say.
What's that?
Nobody watched the CBL.
No.
Oh, no.
Right. No,
we didn't.
We did
I
not.
will tell you what, man. Watching that league, getting up at like 5:00 in the morning to watch some baseball.
Yeah.
They had cheerleaders. They have like the player of the game awards where they like do musical events and everything. Fantastic.
Shit. So we missed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even watch, I watched zero on it.
I remember watching the first week of the lockdowns, like ESPN had like marble races on it. And I remember getting into that for like a week, but I did not get into the Overseas Baseball League. Yes.
I also what I did was I went on YouTube and just started watching old games.
Oh,
nice.
We did. I did that a couple times for sure.
That is a rabbit hole I went deep into. I'm glad you brought that up, Brad. I found a couple people. They've got to be based out of Chicago, because they had like every Cubs game from like 93 to like 2006, which is like my wheelhouse of one. I had time to watch the Cubs every day. Granted, all the teams were awful besides 03 and 07 and 08, but yeah, that. And I got really deep into, I think that was when The Last Dance came out too. So that's what got me back into the Bulls and the basketball and NBA and stuff like that. But yeah, no, I missed out on the overseas leagues. I kind of wish I had heard it was pretty wild. So
when the lockout, not the lockout, the lockout basically, when it happened just now, this past year, this offseason, we were covering the 2004 ALDS, ALCS World Series.
Oh, okay.
Then we went to 2007 and we stopped there. But it was fun. So I ended up getting COVID during that time. So I sat home for a week and I literally watched so much baseball. with no baseball going on.
Yeah.
I watched every single game from the 2004 ALDS, the ALCS, the the World Series. So, like, so much baseball.
Wow.
I had a
go ahead. I was just going to say, that reminds me of that was like one of the first ESPN 30 for 30s was on that, the Red Sox comeback, I believe, from that 04 season, wasn't it? That's another great
good one too.
That's a great documentary too.
That ESPN Plus is actually pretty nice.
It's paying off.
Not gonna lie, they got good shit
Hulu
on there.
And Disney Plus,
the bundle.
Hulu, Disney, are you listening? I'm waiting.
It's not
for
a bad bundle. Yeah,
yeah.
Look us up. So
there you go,
Brad. I want to take a moment back right now. I want to look at a time a couple years ago, and we were talking about this before we started recording. The Red Sox and White Sox had a big transaction several years ago, and this guy ended up being on the mound for you when you won your last World Series, and that's Chris Sale. Give me your review of that trade at the time it happened and where it stands right now, acquiring Chris Sale from the Chicago White Sox.
Yeah, you're going to be very surprised at my take at it right now. But
all right.
When it happened, I was so fucking pumped.
Love it.
Like, we just got Chris Sale.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? Like, we gave up this Cade Kopech. We gave up Moncada. Whatever. Fuck them, We got Chris Sale.
Yeah.
And I was so pumped. I mean, like, the only thing I really knew about Chris Sale, like, he had that attitude where, like, he didn't like the jersey. He was going to cut it up.
Oh, which he did.
Yep.
So I knew he was a good pitcher. I didn't know a lot about him when he was traded.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's what you wanted.
Perennial all-star for sure. He was our perennial all-star for so many years.
Nasty slider. And I was pumped. I was so pumped as the minute it was I think I actually got the notification on my phone.
Yeah.
But I
think it was around Christmas time too, if I'm not mistaken, or just after or before it. I can't remember. But I'll tell you, another fan base that was pumped about that trade was the White Sox fan base, or at least me in general, because we finally realized that we were sucking and we were going to suck for a very long time. Our clubhouse chemistry was shit. We had, kids in the clubhouse. We had whatever else going on. We had dudes losing their mind. And for whatever reason, I was done with Chris Sale. I was done with Chris Sale the year before because I just did not. I know the team wasn't winning. He was good. I'm just like, this is going nowhere right now.
Gotta get something.
Cutting up. He's cutting up jerseys. I mean, yeah, the jerseys look like complete.
They were garbage.
It was like complete buffoons out there, like anyone would come up to. But I mean, he was just turning into a complete nut. I'm like, you know what? We're done with him. We're done with him. We're getting a haul in return. I have no idea who these guys are, but they're on the team for us now. We know Moncada's coming back. So I mean, even at that time, we're like, good. We got some decent return from Owen. Hopes to be a decent return. I think Basabe was in that deal too, who is back with us after we've cut him 3 different times. He always finds his way back to the White Sox minor league system. So how we feeling about Chris Sale now? I know that he's hurt and everything, but kind of like his tenure as a Red Sox. I mean, he was there when you guys won your last World Series. He was on the hill. So
2018, fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
What pisses me off is that extension. I believe we had another year left on the contract before there was.
What was that? A 5-year something? I can't remember what extension they gave him.
Give me a quick
5 for something. I can't remember. I thought it was a 5-year. Can't be for sure.
Quick sec. 5 years, 145.
145. Okay.
So here's a fun fact. So Chris Sale is a member of the Red Sox until 2025. He becomes a free agent at the end of 2025. He obviously has an opt-out after this year, which he's not going to do. He has a full no trade clause from 2020 to 2024. This is the part that pisses me off. He has $50 million deferred.
Ooh,
and it's
really?
Not even the fact that it's deferred. Remember the fact that I said that he becomes a free agent in 2025.
Mm-hmm.
So we do not start paying him his $50 million deferred money until 2035. So we wait a full 10 fucking years to pay this dude his $50 million.
Okay, that's
some Bobby Bonilla level stuff right there.
Right?
That does not touch Bobby. You can't touch Bobby.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Bobby, I believe we're actually still paying Manny Ramirez.
Oh wow! I didn't know
you
that
really?
either. Jeez! Wow.
So what was that? Is that just was that just to like keep? I mean, why defer that all along? Just so you have those funds available in some contention window or something, or 2035? You think you'll be shit again or something?
I'm going to tell you the God's honest truth. That's a Dave Dombrowski thing.
Yeah.
I don't know why we waited 10 years. Just get it up and out of the way now.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like you could pay him $2 million this year, $2 million that year.
Right.
You know, why are we, so we are still paying Manny Ramirez $2 million.
Wow. $2 million annually just for.
I think this is the last year.
Oh, okay.
But still, wow. That's a long time.
I didn't know he was still on the books. Yeah.
Jeez. Oh, man.
We're paying, I believe, if I'm reading this correctly, we're paying David Price $16 million.
Okay.
We're paying.
Yeah. Wow.
We're paying Manny Ramirez $2 million. We're paying Dustin Pedroia $2 million. And I think we are paying, if I'm reading this correctly, it looks like we're still paying Adam Ottavino.
Wow.
Really? He's on the Mets now, isn't he? Well, how you still paying Pedroia? Didn't he just retire? Did he officially retire, or is it just something
Injuries?
I don't know. Pedroia. When did he retire? A couple years ago? Last year?
Last year. Yeah.
Last year he did officially, yeah.
And Ellsbury came out while they were playing the Yankees in a Red Sox uniform.
Right.
That was fantastic.
Nice.
That was my favorite signing by the Yankees.
Oh, Jacoby?
Which one was Jacoby Ellsbury?
Yeah, because he went straight to shit after.
Yeah,
he
he did.
did.
Well, he kind of hit the spotlight in the postseason, right? And then they gave him he made the team. They gave him a contract, and then so he was excited. That guy had all sorts of talent, but
stealing home on Andy Pettit.
Yeah,
that's right.
Exactly.
Yeah, jeez,
let's go.
You have anything else on this series, Vinny? What did we miss on this upcoming Red Sox White Sox series?
I think we covered it all. Yeah, I mean the White Sox, depending on what they do with Keuchel, they could move Cease up.
Please do
today too, and then the Red Sox would end up facing Michael Kopech. It'd be a revenge game for him. So might as well do it, right?
Does he still have that fucking stupid bun?
Hell yeah,
he
he's man bunning, long beard.
I hope someone shaves that thing off.
I don't know what he's doing with that. Well, he's always been a long hair guy. He's just bunning it up right now.
He cut his hair, didn't he? After the COVID year, or when he came back.
He's still got the bun though.
He still got the bun. Yeah, I saw it yesterday. Okay. I saw it was up there in full yesterday.
Yeah. Okay.
You're saying Michael Cook? That guy has a huge ass. Like that guy's lower half is just fucking massive. Sorry to throw that one at you, but I was like,
he's got a nice bum.
Yeah, I was like, damn, that fucking thing is a tank. So that's probably where the velocity comes from. Is there any longevity in that ass, for the love of God? Jesus. Only 4 innings worth of pitching in that ass, I guess. But
he got a late start. He was sick. He had COVID. Got in late January. Got a late start.
Or maybe he got sick.
He did. Yeah. Yep.
He got a late start. I think he only pitched the last week of spring training. He got in there. So yeah, he's kind of still in spring training mode. So that's why he's only pitching.
I'm done waiting for that bullshit. Throw more innings.
I will say something that you guys would probably like. Matt Barnes sucks. So if he gets brought into the game, you guys know that we threw in the towel.
Well, I'll throw you one better. If you see Aaron Bummer on the mound, it is time to try and hit the ball a very long way, because chances are he'll miss with that sinker high in the zone, and that is just meat right up there. That is cake for you to take over the monster. So
one of my co-hosts, Ryan Brady, He absolutely fucking hates Matt Barnes. And the reason for it is his father passed away. And when his father passed away, he had tickets to this game. It was a Red Sox White Sox game.
Yeah.
And it was the game after his father passed away. He went to it with his father's friends, and the Red Sox were winning. They were losing, then they came back. They were winning. Matt Barnes comes out. He's facing Jose Abreu. Fucking dinger. Blows the fucking game. And I've never met somebody who hated a player that plays on his team more than Ryan Brady hates Matt Barnes.
We got to get Ryan on to talk about that experience again. I'm always love when there's genuine hate and disdain for a player on the team you root for. I always find that very interesting. So Matt Barnes, okay, I'll be looking for that. Once he takes the hill, I'm going to think of this conversation, be like, don't stop now, boys. You know, that sort of thing.
I mean, we've got Barnes. He's got the second worst ERA on the team. He's like close to a 9. Cutter Crawford, who's over 9 right now. We've got Jake Diekman, who doesn't know where the ball's going when he's
Was that the dude from San Diego? Is he the dude with the long hair, or is that
no? That is Matt Strom.
Strom, there it is. Okay,
Strom is a greasy hippie.
Yeah. I remember we talked about him on our free agent episode. I'm like, this dude's going to Boston. I mean, they're not going to like that look over there. I don't think so.
Oh, are you joking, man? We love the greasy look.
Like, oh, you do like
the more like stupid hair you have, the
look
more
at Johnny Damon.
Yeah,
nobody's ever gonna.
I was like, are we still big on Johnny Damon over there? I mean, he kind of revolutionized that the homeless guy look going on in baseball.
I don't know. Johnny Damon kind of. I think we still have a lot of people that are fans of Johnny Damon because of the 2004 World Series and the 2004 season. But the minute he left to go play for the Yankees, that's where a lot of people stared hating him.
Sure. That makes sense.
Well, he could look like a completely different guy when he had to cut all his shit off. So
yeah,
it didn't even feel like.
Can we talk about how stupid that fucking rule is?
I'm done with it, man.
Yes.
Fuck that shit.
So,
fuck that shit, man.
I just want to put this into perspective. So if a player gets traded, like I believe Andrew McCutchen got traded from, I forgot where he got traded. Was it the Pirates? He didn't get traded from the Pirates, right?
Yeah, he went Pirates to Phillies, or no, he was on the Yankees, and then what was he doing? Where's he now? The Brewers.
Yeah, he's with the Brewers now.
So it was.
Hold on, here I got you. He went Pirates, Giants,
Yankees, Philly. Yeah, then
so he got traded. So he gets traded from the Giants to the Yankees, and he has to shave his fucking dreads off.
Yeah,
and that has nothing to like. I would be like, no, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. You really want me to play for you? Yeah.
Yeah,
that's why Brian Wilson didn't go to the.
That guy's fucking.
He did. I do too. Yeah, the whole fear the beard thing. He actually came out and said, "Fuck the Yankees, I'm not shaving my shit." So, and then do they still allow the mustache? I mean, technically,
yes.
Could Dylan Cease be a Yankee with the mustache because that's like above the lip or anything like that? Isn't like the Steinbrenner?
Have you seen Nestor Cortez?
Yeah, he's the guy that that pissed off that umpire last year who called the box on him, right? I think John Boy did a breakdown on that or something like that. But he's got the big black mustache or something like that.
He made a fucking play like last week that was insane for a pitcher to do. So Rizzo had to back up from first base. He was like towards the grass, outfield grass. He gets the ball. He goes to throw it to Cortez. Cortez catches it with his right. He's a lefty, so he catches it with his right hand, and he dives at first base. Did you guys see that?
I did not see that.
That one.
Holy shit,
I've got to check that out. Yeah,
like that's a Yankee. I'm a Red Sox fan, and I'm like, holy shit, that was a fucking play.
Respect.
Nice.
I gotta check that one out. But yeah, he comes to mind. But
dirty as fuck too. He was like,
"Oh, did he?"
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, no. Getting back to the whole Yankees facial hair thing, I think that's trap. I mean, that's their thing or whatever. I mean, more reason to fucking hate the Yankees as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, let them do their shit. I mean, they already have their fans being complete dickheads and everything. So yeah, let them keep going. So fuck all of you. So. Shout out to our Yankees fans, friends of baseball, and ever. We do have a couple friends out there. You know who you are, but we know we love you, but fuck you anyway. So
follow me at Pesky Report.
Pesky, he's the Pesky Report. Yep. You know, go give him shit. Go give us shit. We love it. So, Brad, you got anything else on this series? What are you thinking? Red Sox take 2 out of 3. White Sox take 2. I'm going White Sox take 2 out of 3. So
I'm gonna go with White Sox take 2 out of 3.
Okay.
Wow.
Right, we'll see where
I think
goes.
so. I have a reason for this too.
Mm-hmm.
The Red Sox have a trend going on. They win the first one and then they lose the next 2.
All right.
So I'm going with we're going to win the first one and we're going to lose the next 2. I would like a sweep.
Yeah.
But this offense has been so ass. I don't think that's possible. We couldn't even sweep the fucking Orioles.
Ooh.
Come on, guys. Yeah, I was going to agree with that. I thought what you said originally, I think the White Sox were going to drop the first one to Eovaldi, just make them, look like deer in headlights up there and then win the next 2. That was my prediction at least, but I guess we'll see. We'll be watching. Anything else on
I'm
this,
gonna
boys?
shit talk you guys if we win.
Of course.
Go ahead.
Of course.
I encourage you to shit talk them. Please do.
I'll be like, what do you expect? My team sucks.
Thank you.
I'll be like, what do you expect? My team sucks. So
I mean, of course, like I said before, it could be worse than the Reds.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
That's very true. That's very true. So
we got the Bengals out there. They were in the Super Bowls. I
don't know who that is.
Fuck them. So
what is that? An animal?
I guess. I don't know. Who gives a shit? So
is that foosball?
That's what it is.
I heard foosball is the devil.
Nice. He's the Pesky Report. Anything else to add before we let you go here, Brad? We appreciate you coming on.
No, I mean, like, you guys can follow us on all social media platforms. You can find us at Pesky Report, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We have a TikTok. I've been trying to get a little more done on TikTok. It's a little boring, but I don't do shit. I don't say anything. I just post videos like the Red Sox striking out or the Red Sox hitting homers or something like that.
The Red Sox doing something. So
yeah, Sox stuffs.
All right, let me ask you about the Pesky Report. Was it John Pesky? Is that Mr. Red Sox? Am I understanding? I don't know my Red Sox history. Am I right or wrong on this? I know you got the Pesky Polls. Was that named after him? Where am I at with this?
Yeah, so Johnny Pesky, he was a member of the Red Sox. He was nicknamed the Needle and Mr. Red Sox.
Okay.
He ended up as a player manager. I don't remember why they called it Pesky Pool. I think it's, he was lefty, so I'm assuming it had to do with the fact that he wrapped it around the pole.
Yeah.
That would make sense, right?
Yeah, that's a one of a kind corner in the MLB stadium. So
it works for us sometimes, and it definitely works against us. So, but yeah, he's a beloved ex-player, legend. I forgot how many home runs he had. He only had 17 home runs.
Wow,
his career 17 home runs,
but he had a career 307. Batting average.
Oh, there you go. He's Nick Madrigal. Or that will be Nick Madrigal, minus the batting average.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And probably less home runs. So Brad, thanks again for coming on, man. Any closing thoughts?
I do have to say, guys, I am so sorry for screwing this whole thing up.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
I think we had good conversation, so I think we're good.
I was like, dude, I totally didn't read this correctly.
Don't worry about it. And we'll be ready.
You're a Red Sox fan. We get it. So
we'll be fuck you. Wow. Fuck you. We'll be every fucking strikeout that happens that I'm behind my damn computer, I'm gonna post it And then I'm going to tag your ass in it too.
You can tag me on it. We'll see how many of them happen. So
I hope it's like 30.
Unless you got Leori, then, I'll just have to agree with you. So like, yeah, he strikes out. What the fuck you want me to do? So,
well, we'll be ready. We'll be ready in, I think it's June is when the Cubs and Red Sox are getting together. So I think we're going to come on by you next time we get together. Does that sound right, Brad?
Let me double check our conversation before I say yes or no, because for some reason I just, all
good.
Do we have the Spanish flea song? There we go.
Yeah, June.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll be ready. I'll bring my A game.
Are we going to have all of you on, or are we going to just have Justin on because he's the Cubby guy?
I got Cubs thoughts. Well, we'll see where the Cubs are.
Hopefully, I'll have backup because it's going to be bad by June. The Cubs are going to be.
I might just have Red Sox thoughts. So
we could do it earlier.
Oh no! Let's we got to pace ourselves. The Cubs season. All in good time.
Well, since this is whatever, go ahead and close this out, Justin.
All right. Well, again, be sure to check out the Pesky Report. If you are looking for us, you can find us on YouTube, search baseball and whatever. We are up to 95 subscribers, only 5 more, and then we get that custom URL. We're getting there. Follow us on Twitter.
Getting close.
At Baseball and What. We have hit the 620 mark. We still got a long way to go to catch up to Brad and the Pesky Report, though. I think you guys are almost close to 6,000 followers on Twitter now, if I'm not mistaken. You can also find us on Facebook, facebook.com.
Not that we're jealous.
No, not at all. Facebook.com/baseball and whatever. Instagram at baseball and whatever. Email us at baseball and whatever at gmail.com or our belly up email, baseball and whatever podcast at bellyupsports.com. And that is it. There we go.
Thank you very much. All right, gentlemen, great talking to you, and we will see you next time. Make sure you check out the Pesky Report. Stay tuned for this series. This has been Baseball and Whatever. Brad from the Pesky Report, Justin, Vinny, and Greg. We will see you guys later. Take care, everyone.
See you guys.